Ladies and gentlemen, hello, welcome back to the FJ Endurance channel. Let's get that music out of here. My name is Nicholas Poitras. I'm joined alongside the main person that we're here that has the whole FJ Endurance channel, Jonah. Welcome, everyone, to the 6 hours of Road America. We have an endurance race around Road America for the first time since the mid-70s, all the way back. It's been a long time coming for a big endurance race around the amazing Road America track. We are going to be getting racing here very, very soon. And Jonah, we have been working our butts off the last few weeks. One of us is actively in the current state of moving right now, but that doesn't matter. We're still here to give you guys some great live reactions to such an incredible race. Jonah, how you doing today, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing good, Nick. I mean, this is a wonderful time to be alive. Sports car racing is at peak timing right now. We are here for the Motul Sports Car Endurance Grand Prix. IMSA is back. It feels like a while since we've done a watch party for IMSA. I think we got to go back all the way to Detroit because we had to miss a couple of races. But we're back. We're back for a big one as well. Road America. And as you can tell, guys, by the thumbnail, we have some pretty special liveries out on track as well. Spider-Man BMW, one of the fan favorites.
Oh, God.
The Porsche liveries as well. Oh, my goodness. Loving it. So many storylines heading into this race as well. But the biggest thing is that me and Nick are not alone. We're with you guys. We're watching it together. And we're going to be talking all about it. We're going to be reading your guys' comments. We're going to be going through it. And the cars are out on track because they're going through the formation lap to begin this 6-hour endurance race. But yeah, first time since 1956 that we've had a 6-hour endurance race. Just the second time in Road America's history that this has happened. This is a big day for sports car racing. Weather on track looks pretty good, about 72 Fahrenheit. That's 22 Celsius. No rain as of right now, unlike yesterday when we had rain, but a lot of big storylines heading into this event as well. And Nick, one of the biggest ones is Acura on pole position. How are you feeling about that?
I'm feeling great. You guys know, if you've been around here on these watch parties, you guys know that we try not to have biases, but if there is a little one for me, it's the Acura, boys. I love that 93, but guess what? It's an Acura front row, the 60, also showing some really, really good pace. That car has had quite a bit of a lack of luck so far this year, but here they are on the front row looking to try to get their first win. Did they get a win last year? I think they did get one win last year. It would be nice if they can get another one. We got the 24 BMW on the second row, the 40 Cadillac with Lou Delatraz. The last time we saw that car out in front, I think, was Laguna Seca. If I could be wrong on that, that was the last time that 40 Cadillac was really up there and outpowered both the 31 of Aiken and the 10 of Albuquerque. So we'll be watching him a little bit later on. A car in the top 5 as well that I also find to be quite surprising is the Porsche number 6. That car was put into P5 by Felipe Nasser, but it's now Lawrence Van Thor inside the car. And man, oh man, did I just say Felipe Nasser's in the 6 car? I did. That's wrong. He's in the 7 car. But man, oh man, the Porsches. We were thinking maybe we'll get a bit of a break when it comes to the BOP, but no, they're still absolutely nowhere. Only one car in the top 5. The others are in 9th and last. The 7 car in 9th and the 5 all the way down in 11th. Another car that's all the way at the back of the grid as well is the 25 of Marco Wittmann, who was matching Van der Linde in the 24 on pace, but had a lap time deleted right at the end, so they'll be starting all the way in row number 5. So they got a lot of work to get their way back up to the front. Very luckily for them, it's a 6-hour race, a long way to go. Something as well I want to talk about going into GTD Pro. It's Harry King. It's in 77, the AL car, who they've not had the best of years so far. Mosport was a plus for them. That was their first, okay, we're kind of back into the fight, and now they're on pole position, which has been quite surprising, honestly. I was expecting that the front engine cars to be a little bit faster in GTD Pro. Not the case whatsoever. We got McLarens, we got Porsches, we got Corvettes all the way in the top 5, only one front engine car, being the Paul Miller Racing BMW, which we should talk about because there's some rumors that Paul Miller Racing is going to be done at the end of this year, which is an absolute heartbreak for the top BMW GT3 team on the grid. And I think the main reason is that they're spending WRT money, but they're not getting the help. But we're about to get started on this race. Jonah, you want to take this one away?
Yeah, let's do it, Nick. Here we go. This is the Motul Sports Car Endurance Grand Prix. Lots of storylines heading into this race, if we talked about. We'll get to that in just a moment. Nick Uloli put the car on pole position. The Acura, the number 93, on top. We're going to take the green flag here for the first 6-hour endurance race in the modern era of endurance racing. There's already an LMP2 car actually up in the back. That's the tower car. It's okay. It's back on track. So we're heading up the hill for the first time in 2026. It's Acura on the front row. Can they keep it to the end? Let's see how this goes. And we are green for the 6-hour endurance race at Road America. The number 93 of Nick Uloli gets a great start. Watch Shelby Linda in the 24. Yep, he's going to go and side by side with the 60 into turn 1. I think Blomqvist is going to sweep around the outside.
Yep,
successfully does. Watch the 31 as well. It goes a little bit wide as the Cadillac and Porsche go side by side. The 6 car is already down to P6. Watch the GT field as well. This is going to be interesting. Nick, why don't you take the GT field?
It's a great start from Harry King on the inside, but look at the Paul Miller Racing BMW on the outside. They're going to have a drag race down towards turn 1, almost 3 wide as the Corvette looks up into turn 1, but all clean so far as they make their way through turn 1. The Paul Miller Racing car having the back out. Look at all the cars in the background. That's the Dragon Speed 81 car going wide in GTD, all clean as they make their way down towards turn 2. Oh, it was getting really close there as we see the 24 BMW Vanderlita trying to look up the inside of the 40, but just can't get it done. He actually loses a spot. So now, that's the 40 of Delachaz moving up into the top 3. Aitken is right on the back bumper, but he's got 2 Porsches. The 963 is right on the back bumper. Great liveries, those are. Hopefully, we can see a little bit more pace from them. Down into turn 5 we go for the GTDs. It is incredibly knit and tight, but it's all clean. No contact so far from our front runners as they make their way through the first bit of this lap.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty clean start from the GTs so far, but the big storyline is that the 24 BMW has lost out to Louis Delatraz in that 40 Cadillac. We were talking about that car looking very strong during the weekend. It was fastest in practice too, and it's looking to be very quick, but those Acuras dominating this race right now. They've almost built up a second gap to the cars behind as Nick Uloli begins to go ahead. Watch for the championship leading 31 Cadillac. That's that red V-Series R you guys are going to see on your screen. That car is right on the back of the 24 BMW. Also, guys, if you can't watch the race along with us right now, that's okay because we have live timing so you can kind of see where these cars are on screen. That 31 in P5 as things stand. Right now, though, it is that Rexy Porsche, the green Dinosaur 911 out in front, just dominating this thing.
Yeah, look at that gap.
Corvette versus BMW. This is flashbacks to Daytona. Remember, viewers, last year at Road America, we got some chaos. Oh, an LMP2 off the track.
Is that the tower? That might be the tower. No, it's the Pratt Miller. It's Chris Cumming in the car. So the LMP2s, oh man, not having a good start to this race. Getting all the dust whipped off of them. They've been finally getting some races in Mark's first Watkins Mosport, but this is the replay of what happened. Just sending it a little bit too deep in the turn 1. Was that the leader?
No, it wasn't the leader. I think it was in the mid-pack of the P2 field. But remember, guys, something to keep an eye on with the P2 field specifically, actually, same thing actually with the GTs, GTD cars, is that a lot of their amateur drivers are in this first stint. So a lot of the bronze-rated drivers are in the car as they were in qualifying. So you're going to see a few mistakes. That's inevitable kind of thing. That's because, you know, they're not, this is not their full-time job. Let's say that. It's a little bit different.
They try to make it their full-time job. They definitely want to. But the main thing is that at the front of GTD Pro, it's the pros in the car. Alexander Sims is right on the back bumper of Neil Verhagen as they made their way through turn 5. He looked up the inside, but he knows he's got 5 hours, 56 minutes, and 22 seconds remaining. He's got a long way to make it up in the P2. But the fact of the matter is, ladies and gentlemen, when you have 2 cars fighting on track, you lose time. You don't gain. There's no way. The laws of physics do not allow you to go faster while you're battling. So if these two, the BMW and the Corvette, keep battling like this, that gap up in front to Harry King is just going to keep pulling and pulling and pulling away. It's already 1 second between the two of them. Massive gap in first and second, which is quite surprising. I was not expecting the Porsche to have such a good opening run. And if they keep up like this, it's going to be a hard car to challenge. But they go up the way. We got the McLaren of Esterson in the 59 RLL car in the top 5. That car's always been great on qualifying performance and always starting strong at the first half of the race. Hopefully we can see a little bit more near the back half. Bachler in the 911 has all in the Grello, to be specific, has I think he's made up 2 places. Started 8th, now up in the 6th called already. In the Temerario, not having the greatest start, he's just stuck up in line. He is second place of the front engine cars. It is all mid-engined. For the top 7, there's only 2 front-engine cars. The rest are mid-engine. So the mid-engine cars looking to be the dominant force so far, except in GTD, we got 3 front-engine cars on the front end. Look at this. We got the Myers-Riley Motorsport car already into the pit lane, the number 16 Ford.
Yeah. The first pit stop. I don't know if this is scheduled. It looks like it's kind of an early stop. Yeah, that looks to be maybe damage on the 16, but pretty clean start in the GTs. Oh, it's a drive-through.
They were working on the car after the 10-minute warning. So clearly what the rule is that as soon as that 10-minute warning hits, you have to stop working on your car. And it doesn't matter if they were a few seconds or a few minutes ahead. You got to stop working on the car and they will serve that drive-through. But the thing is, I always say this, it's good to get these things out of the way now.
Yeah.
So you can have a clean race coming on through. And I think that could maybe happen for that 16 car. But up in the front in GTD Pro, King is pissed off. The gap's 1.5 seconds already. It's now a battle from second on under, as Esterson's still holding on to the back of Simpson for Hagen. But King has just pulled away on this opening stint. That 77 Porsche is flying here around Elkhart Lake. Whew, I was not expecting this whatsoever from the Porsches. They were showing a lot of great form in Mosport. It was easily their best weekend of the year. Can this finally be their first win in GTD Pro? Only time will tell. But Sims is right on the back bumper of Verhagen. We might see an overtake here pretty soon as we make our way down towards turn 1. He is right on the back bumper as we come up on the hill. Now, we're going to see what is the straight line speed advantage from the BMW compared to the Corvette. I would imagine the BMW is a little bit better, but you can see the Corvette. He's getting closer and closer and closer. I don't know if he's going to look up into turn 1. The cameraman will not let us see, but I think he's just going to hold on to, he's just going to stay in third place for now. So we always love to see a BMW Corvette battle, Jonah. We saw it. We were seeing it in WEC. It was happening in WEC and Interlagos as we see it a replay in the turn 1. In the turn 5. A lot of cars going wide. That's the Dragon Speed 81 car going wide as well. It was all the stuff in GTD that was a little contentious. It was actually called already. Almost hitting the 21, I think. It was either the 21 or Agostini in the 33. Very, very close between the two of them.
Yeah, very fascinating to see that, but it looks like it's all good now. The only major drama for the GT field is that 16 Mustang going into the pits because of a drive-through. But yeah, up front, BMW, the gap between Porsche and BMW at the front in GTD Pro is a 1.5 seconds, so very good stuff from Harry Keane as AO Racing looked to take their first win since, I believe, 2025, I want to put it. But yeah, this is definitely a good race for Porsche so far. Practice, they've shown very good pace, especially with the Grello 911 car. And AO Racing have looked strong as well. So definitely Porsche has the pace in GTD Pro. Up front, it looks like Yololi and Blomqvist have been caught up by the rest of the field.
Yeah.
So that Acura advantage is no longer the case. In fact, the two Acuras have started to bridge a gap between each other, and Blomqvist is under pressure from Louis Delatraz in that number 40 Cadillac. Watch that black V-Series R as the Porsches in the background trailing from the rest of the entries as we approach the rest of this race. as actually we're starting to get some lap traffic as well. On board with the number 3 Pratt Miller Corvette, that's Alexander Sims trying to make a move. And just to want to quickly point out as well, because I don't think the move's going to be happening quite yet, unless Sims goes for a late lunge.
That would be insane if he went for a. He doesn't. That's the
No.
thing. Before you say what you have to say, the BMW has a straight line speed advantage. 100%. It's definitely faster, and that's what's keeping that Paul Miller racing car in front as of right now. But look it up in front. Look who's gone a little bit closer. I think Harry King has lost a little bit of time now, and Verhagen's starting to catch up. So that it was almost a 2-second gap. It's been brought down to 1.3. So maybe this battle for the top 3 in GTD Pro not done whatsoever. What were you saying, Jonah?
Oh, I was just pointing out that one of the big factors in this race at Road America is that a lot of these drivers, in fact, the majority of these drivers competing today, have never dealt with a Road America event that is longer than about 3 hours or so.
Yeah, no.
This kind of changes the game in some way. You got to look back to drivers like, for example, Tommy Milner, or I don't know, maybe Earl Bamber, like drivers that have been here for quite some time. I know Tommy Milner competed in a previous longer endurance race at Road America, but there are very few drivers on the grid. That's my point. That have competed in a very long endurance race at Road America. So that could come into play a little bit later on, especially with drivers like Milner, for example, who are in that number 4 car. They're going to rely on that experience from those drivers to be able to get a good result today. We're still only about 10 minutes into this race, viewers, and we still have about 5 hours and 50 minutes to go.
We got a long way to go.
Road America event.
We got a very long way to go, and just to let you guys know, we're not doing a full live stream for this race. We're not that crazy. But what we will be doing is that we will be splitting this up into 2 streams, and we'll have them probably be 2 hours each with an hour break for us, get some shorts in, get some other stuff in, and then with around 2.5 hours, if not 2 hours remaining, we'll do the final bit of that. Or between 3 and 2 hours remaining, we'll do the final back half of the live stream as well. Speaking of the people in the live stream, thank you so much, Boosh Critch, for the $5 donation. Hello there. Did you guys see the new Peugeot and Ferrari testing here in the 2027 hypercars? And I like that Spider-Man BMW, and of course, the number 7 RS Spider. Yes, we have seen the Peugeot and Ferrari testing. The Ferrari, I think that car, I think we're going to see a brand new beast coming out. The 16 Ford is done for the day. That's Sheena Monk inside the Myers Riley Motorsport car. And we got a full course yellow because that's on the exit of Canada corner. They have to get that car out of the way. And that is the first victim of Road America.
Oh man, not a good start to the race for Myers Riley Motorsports. This could be game over right here for that 16 car, but Sheena Monk goes off the track. Remember, there are a few amateur drivers in this race, so we're going to see incidents, and unfortunately...
Was this an LMP2? Was this an LMP2 barge? Yep, it was. It was an LMP2 moving up the inside, but honestly, I gotta say that the 16 should have done a better job there. She should have given a little bit more room because you'll see this here. There's a move up the inside. You got to get out of the way. And she just turns in on the LMP2. So, I don't know. That might be a little bit of the fault of the Mustang there coming in. I don't like to try to give blame on a driver immediately, but after seeing that incident, you got 3 cars coming up on your inside. You got to give way on the out. I know you're an understeery brick of the Mustang, but that's exactly what happened. That shows that it's not just difficult to pass through cars, it's also difficult to let cars through as well. It's so very difficult to understand when's the right time to turn and what kind of space you want to give. But within the first 15, we're not even 50 minutes into the race, and we got our first full course caution. The whole field will be brought right back up, and we'll see what happens on this restart. Yellowy still up in the lead. He's got 77% energy. Everyone else has 77 to 78, so they're all matching. Everyone's matching when it comes to energy. But to answer the question, because we were talking about the donation and the Peugeot and the Ferrari, look at that. Look at what's on the screen. I wish we could show you what's on the screen, but it's the beautiful Senegal 91730 that was in Can-Am. My dad had posters. Yeah, actually, they're in my room. but he has original from like the early 70s Can-Am posters of that car. It's it's so cool. I want to get those laminated. But yes, the Peugeot, it's pretty much, it's not the 9X8. That's the 9X5. It looks a lot like the 905. It looks like a redone version of the 905 front. The Ferrari looks really fucking good. I'm really excited to see the update to that car because we've been feeling like they've been kind of just getting messed by Bop a little bit, even though that car is so unbelievably quick. And I think this Evo will just send it over the top and make it a lot more competitive. It might even be better than the Toyota. We'll have to wait and see. But very, very excited about that. Thank you so much for the $5 donation. Good morning to everyone so far in the track. It is 8:55. Not track. It's 10:55 track time. It's 8:55 West Coast time for both Jonah and I. Bunch of people coming on from California. I see someone from London as well. Appreciate getting the Europeans involved in this. Well, I say Europeans. I'm entering London. Brexit means Brexit. So, so someone from the UK and other people from Europe. But I hope you guys are all doing great. Yeah, mention who you guys think is going to win, who you guys want to see have some great stuff be done. But yeah, we're already under our first yellow course because of the number 16 Riley Motorsports car having some contact with an LMP2. So that car, that's actually not the first incident that's happened at Canada Corner this weekend. There was a GT4 crash yesterday in an Aston Martin GT4 that actually, I don't know if you saw this, Jonah. The driver actually had to go to the hospital for that. They actually got pretty injured from that, which is surprising because there's safer barriers there. And the suspension came off. It was a hard shot. I'm not saying it wasn't a hard shot. I was just very surprised to see that it was that critical. But from the reports that I've seen, the driver is A-okay, and that's what matters most. So glad to get that update. But yeah, Canada Corner. Or sorry, I say Canada Corner is down at the right. I forget what that kink is called. But that kink
has a name.
I don't think it has a name. But yeah, it's something to say the least. That corner, it can catch out. There have been crazy crashes there in the past. But yeah, so right now is Yellowy, Blomqvist, Delatraz, Van der Linde, Aiken, your top 5. Then it's Van Thor, Nasser, Albuquerque, Wittmann, and Gunn, the top 10. Fedric and the number 5 JDC Miller car all the way down 11th. Jonah, you had the great time and great opportunity to talk with the guys at JDC Motorsports back in Laguna. Hopefully that the stuff from that conversation can come into play here at Road America because they really need it. They're all the way down in last, and they're not having fun right now. They're behind the 25 of Wittmann and Gunn, who, by the way, Marco Wittmann has now moved up a few places. He's into 9th, so slowly but surely that 25 is cutting through the pack, but now this is where the hard part's going to be coming through. Yeah, I'm really excited to see them. We haven't mentioned anything about the LMP2 so far during this stream. I believe it's Goikberg in the 52 that's up in front with the Interpol cars right behind. So looking really competitive between them as well. There's a really big championship fight going on there. So hopefully we'll see some great racing as well. That should remind me that the top 3 in GTD Pro right now are the top 3 in the championship. They're just in different orders. So the number 1 Paul Miller car is in the lead. Then it's Harry King that's in the 77 cars in second, and the Corvette's in third. But right now, it's the King in first, Paul Miller car in second, and the Corvette in third. So we got a little bit of swapping around here, but however it goes with this top 3 could be a big shift in the Drivers' Championship. Hello from Brazil. Brazil.
Ryan. Yep, I'm seeing that.
That's awesome. Great to see that we have people from all over the world watching some IMSA. Hopefully we're going to have this yellow flag end pretty soon here. It is great to see these very lovely cars. That's such a good livery. It's so sad that like you see all these liveries because you know it's the end. And you just got to say goodbye. You just got to sadly say goodbye in this scenario, but I will miss these cars. I won't miss them dominating. I will not. But
I
Man,
think we'll
oh
still
man.
get a few years. I mean, right now the biggest thing is Acura. Acura's leaving at the end of the year, you know, and so it's like
That is
I
true.
think Porsche will be around for a while. Same thing with Aston and Cadillac. I don't know. Actually, I don't know about Aston because of that 2030 regulation. Same thing with BMW. I think they're going
I
to be
think they're
around
going to
for a
be done in
while.
2030. Yeah, I think they're done.
It's
Um,
possible, or a new car. I don't know. But the point is that I think we're going to get these cars for a while. The only one that's going to be disappearing very shortly is the Acura. But
it's just
yeah,
such a shame.
there's a lot. I know it's such a shame. Hopefully, it comes back with the 2030 regulations. But we'll see how that kind of progresses with this event. So we're still under full course yellow here at Road America. Cloudy skies, but no rain expected as things stand right now. We are under yellow due to Sheena Monk in the wall. Heavy hit for the driver of the number 16 Riley Ford Mustang. But yeah, very interesting to see. Nobody has pit in the GTP field, so
No one
nothing's
in
changed. Oh,
GTD
sorry.
as well. I did not see anyone
Yeah.
enter the pit. So way too early into the stint to make any splashes or try to go for a strategy switch up here. You're just going to be losing track position at this point.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
we will have to wait and see. There's my boy in GTD. It's Russell Ward in the 57 in the Windward car. They won out in Mosport last time, looking to go back to back. There's another car that's also looking to go back to back, and they're all the way in last in GTD Pro, and that's Hawksworth and the Vast Resolving crew. They're in a backup car, I believe.
Yeah.
Is that case? Yeah, they are in the backup car. So if they pull this off, this will be one of the best finishes for them ever. Because not only will it be one of the best races of Vast Resolve, they'll be going 3 in a row. They've never even gone back to back. And they did that for the first time after winning Watkins and Mosport. If they can go 3 in a row, that will be insane. And that will push them immediately into the GTD Pro title fight with the 3, the 77, and the 1. So hopefully we can see something out of there. Russell Ward and the 57, they're also, if they can go back to back, they are most definitely back in the championship fight. They have been so unlucky all year round when it came to the performances in the races. But finally, I think we're starting to see that streak come to an end. They're currently, I think they're 5th in class. They're behind the 2 Astons, the BMW, and the leading 21 Ferrari. So at the moment, oh, look at that. So I don't know. So this just popped up. Of course, you guys can't see it. We can see it. But at Road America, they have, I think this has just been a tradition. They have a Corvette section where, like, if you have your own, like, production Corvette, you just line them up. I saw that when we were doing the 2012 ALMS, when we were going through that review. I saw that at the start. It was all C6s and C5s. I was like, oh, beautiful, 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 beautiful. So yeah, no, Corvette, General Motor. Well, yeah, we're in Wisconsin, for crying out loud. We're pretty close. We're quite close to the home of the heart. We're pretty close to Detroit, so there's gonna be a lot of people with Corvettes. Yeah. So I gotta say though, do you see what's on the screen? Do you see those 2 spots on the screen? Because I do.
The 2 water spots or liquid spots or whatever. Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's rain. It didn't show any rain on the radar when I last checked, but it's possible there could be some sprinkling.
I will say, it might have not said rain, but the thing that caught my eye the most, 85% humidity. It is muggy and wet out there. First of all, this is not fun if you're on the inside of this car and you don't have AC. I beg for you, because it, even though it's 20 degrees, it is absolutely insane. Jeremy, hey Nick, are you announcing the vintage races that next weekend at Mission? We got someone in Vancouver. Yes, I am. I will be. Okay, hold on. Wait. Hold on. This is amazing for me. This is worlds colliding. If anyone here that's watching this live stream is from the Vancouver area, not Vancouver, Washington, Vancouver, Canada, next weekend at Mission Raceway Motorsport Park is Vintage Weekend. It is the BC Historic Motor Races, brought to you by the Vintage Racing Club and Sports Car Club of BC. It is the biggest race of the year, with a bunch of legendary drivers from the Westwood days. Westwood was the first ever purpose-built track in Canada. It's older than Mosport. It's older than Mont Tremblant. It's older than all those tracks. Sadly, it doesn't exist anymore. But it is a way for us to celebrate that track, and I will be the head announcer for that weekend. So I'm really excited to announce that. Yeah, I'll be announcing. So if you're from the Vancouver area, um, outside of Jeremy, if someone else there is from the Vancouver area, please come out to Mission and come out for the weekend. You'll see some awesome cars, some awesome racing. It's a open paddock, so you can walk through, see all the people working on the cars. It's an incredible experiment. Oh, Jeremy, what up, bro? It's Jeremy from Timing. That's so funny. I didn't even realize. How's it going, Jeremy? I hope you're doing good. That's so funny. I didn't recognize you. Jeremy's my goat. I love Jeremy. But I hope you're doing great. I'm glad that you're able to find this. And yeah, no, I'll absolutely be announcing and being able to do stuff. But yeah, very excited for that. I have a lot of work and prep that I'll be doing there. I'm going to be doing a lot of content around that, working with a local Instagram group called Backseats. So yeah, really, really excited for all of that. And yeah, I just can't wait to do it. We got 37 people here in chat. I couldn't be more appreciated for all of you guys being here. We love having the great people come out for this. And we are still under yellow flag conditions. We've been under it for the last few minutes, but I think, judging by the way the cars are kind of acting, and I think the safety car lights are off, I think we will go racing next time. Bye, Jonah.
I believe so, yeah. So that Corvette safety car is going to come into the pit lane very shortly, and Nick Yololi will lead the field once more to green, and we'll get racing back underway. The fans are really enjoying things here at Road America, and you were talking about how you're going to an event. I'm heading to an event that weekend as well. I'm also going to the IndyCar race up in Portland, Oregon, of course. There's so much racing, and I'm hoping that in 2027, me and Nick have been talking about this. I'm hoping that we get a chance to go to an event. And
we're going to try to go to an IMSA race next year. We're going to try to go to at least one.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'll definitely head to Laguna Seca. I'd like to come here to Road America. I was really hoping to come here this year. Didn't happen, but maybe in 2027, something like that would be really, really cool. So we want to try and get to more races. That's the goal. And hopefully it's honestly, in all honesty, it's just really expensive to do it.
It is so expensive.
We have to work out how to kind of figure it all out. But yeah, a lot of opportunities coming up. We'll kind of update you all in just a bit. But we're gonna go back to green flag racing in just a moment. I'll take it away here. Nick Yololi is gonna lead the field to green. Can he hold on to the lead with his teammate Tom Blomqvist right behind? Yololi got a really good start there. He leads the field to green. He's got a little bit of a gap to his teammate, so that's good for Yololi. Blomqvist might be under pressure from Louis Delatraz in that 31 Cadillac. Also, watch out for the Porsche, the number 6 car.
Yeah, he's right back. Oh! What just happened? Oh, an LB2? That's a 22. Oh! That was so close to almost being a crash, and I think we're about to go under yellow immediately. That's the United Autosports car. He's stock. I think we're going to get another yellow. Oh, no, he's got it in reverse. That was so close. Look at the 6 going wide as he tries to go the long way around the outside of the 31, but almost gets questioned out. That was so close on this restart. We almost saw a massive crash in LMP2. The Porsche getting an incredible restart, but couldn't go. The green flag is still up. But wow, the 22 United Autosport is down and out of the fight in LMP2. Look at the 6. He's right on the back bumper of Aiken in the 31. Aiken is not having a good time on this restart.
Really not. Yeah, that 6 of Lawrence Vantor is flying right now. Watch the 7 as well of Felipe Nasr. We're seeing I think a replay. Oh, and just Goldberg loses it. That is so sad as well, because remember, Nick, this is the car that took pole position in the LMP2 field yesterday. So this is just unfortunate. That camera guy that's right there had a perfect opportunity to see that car go off. But the reason why I made a little bit of a loud scream in some way was because that 22 just barely avoided another LMP2 car and avoided a major crash. which probably would have brought out our next full course yellow. Goldberg is back out on track in the LMP2 car, but he is stone dead last in the P2 field. And his rival in this field, Misha Goikberg, in the 52 TR1 Matheson Brian Herta Autosport car, is now leading in the P2 field. The 6 car just barely avoids going off the track as well. So that was really, really close call situation right there. But the number 6 Porsche still on the back of the 31. And actually, Aiken is closed up to the 24 BMW of Sheldon van der Linde as well. So Aiken, the championship leader, might be able to get ahead. And we were talking about the championship earlier. I wanted to mention this as well. Viewers, keep in mind that we only have a couple of races left. After Road America, the next race is VIR, which is a GT-only event. So for the GTPs, there's only 2 races left, and that's at Indy and Road Atlanta for the finale at Motul Petit Le Mans. So there's really not much points to gather from all these big races. So what is going to be happening here is really crucial. And we also have this very unique championship fight in GTP, which we'll definitely make a full video on in the future.
Yes.
And that's between Jack Aiken in the 31 Cadillac, just him alone, nobody else, because Earl Bamber and Frederick Vesti missed a couple of races. And surprisingly, Lauren Heinrich in the number 5 JDC Miller Motorsports Porsche 963.
He is somehow in this championship. But I think the fact that, like, because of that win at Laguna, that's why he's in this championship fight. But because of everything else that's kind of going on, I don't know if he's going to be able to hold on, especially with that JDC Miller car still in last. Not looking good.
Well, we haven't seen Heinrich get into the car yet. So that's the thing. When Heinrich gets in that car, things change. And that's nothing against Timon Vanderhelm or Kalen Frederick. Both drivers, incredible racers, but Lauren Heinrich is definitely something special. And JDC know that. You know, when talking with them about it behind the scenes, they were talking about how Lauren, having him on that crew, is such a privilege to them. It's going to be such a shame to have them lose him because, of course, he's getting promoted to a full-time ride with Porsche Penske Motorsport next season. But I think they could replace him with somebody pretty good. There's a couple of names I've been kind of hearing around the paddock that could jump into that JDC Miller Motorsports Porsche, or we've actually heard here at Road America that JDC are indeed looking into bringing a second car on the grid in 2027. That is actively being a possibility. And with the 2 Acuras disappearing off the grid, we need more cars in this race, or in this race for the championship, at least in GTP. And we could be seeing another 963 on the grid.
I gotta say, there's a graphic that just came up here on IMSA, and if the 31 Cadillac can continue this streak, it will be one of the best sports car seasons we have ever seen. As of recording right now, Jack Aiken has not finished off of the podium in a race overall. Every single race that the Cadillac has finished, they have finished either first, second, or third this year. This is the first time they have run outside of the top 3. Will we see that streak end? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But they looks like they've held off the challenge of the 6 car, and they're looking like they're going after Spider-Man in that 24.
Yeah, van der Linde under pressure. And honestly, I expected those BMWs to be a little bit more quick than they currently appear to be.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it would be an Acura versus BMW fight, but it seems like the Cadillac are somehow getting into the mix as well. We know that Cadillac has had such strong pace in the past in IMSA, but the biggest thing is that we had a massive BOP weight gain for those 3 V-Series R entries. So I expected the BOP to be really impacting their performance in a similar way to what Porsche received at Long Beach when they had a massive weight gain. But no, actually the Cadillacs doing not too bad here at Road America. They're kind of equal with the rest of the entries, so that's good to see. You can clearly tell, though, that the Porsches, as well as the kind of the Aston Martin as well, are not really doing well on the same pace as the BMWs, Cadillacs, and Aston Martins. It's clearly a battle between Acura, Cadillac, and BMW for this win. Oh, drive-through penalty for Daniel Goldberg, our pole sitter. And that's for an unsafe re-entry to track. And that is just adding on to a miserable Sunday here at Road America for that 22 team, which is quite the opposite from what we saw in qualifying. Yes.
Yeah, just not it. And I think what it was exactly was when he came back out onto the track and nearly hit the LMP2. I think that was what that penalty was for. because
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it was for anything else. Unless maybe it was something later in that scene that we might have forgot. But that almost was one of the biggest crashes apart from Watkins this year. Which I'm still really pissed that we both missed Watkins because that would have been a great race to commentate because of just all of the chaos that we have had. But the winners last time out in LMP2 are right on the back bumper here for P2. But here we go. We're going to do some wheel-to-wheel action in GTD Pro. Corvette versus BMW. Can Alexander Sims go the long way around the outside? No, he can't do it. Verhagen having the pace advantage on the straight line speed, but you can see Sims is right over the back bumper. Esterson in the 59, he's going to get into this battle as well. We're getting a 3, maybe 4 car battle here for P2 as we go down the straight towards P5. Here comes the 22 car to service stop and go, but that's not what we're looking at. Verhagen with some great defense on Sims, who finally got the run he was looking for out of the outside. Look at Esterson looking around, but there's no overtake there. Sims trying again, but he can't. Here's a replay again of the accident. And I guess it was this rejoin that got him the penalty. Yeah, it was him coming back onto the track, which is understandable. That could have been very, very bad if he was just a few millimeters over to the right. But it didn't happen. But oh my God, whoa. John Field in the Indersfield car has had a massive shunt. We got our second full course yellow. We don't have to worry about the 22. That's a massive hit. What on earth is that on track?
That is at, that's just before, I think, the long straight before Canada corner.
That's on the exit. That's on the carousel. That's the exit.
Yeah, that is the carousel. Yep. Oh my gosh, what a horrible crash for John Field in the number 37 Intersport racing car. This is the car that missed out at CTMP. It's a brand new entry, Intersport Racing, coming back after their ALMS days. But man, this is a massive accident for John Field. He's walking though, and he's okay, it seems. So that is good. But look at the crash for that 37 car. This brings out our full course yellow. And Nick, I really want to highlight something here. This full course yellow is probably where we're going to see these GTP cars come into the pit lane, as well as the majority of the field.
100%. I think we're going to see some switch-ups in the strategy here. Here's our replay. He just understeers off. He just understeers off. We don't see the full picture, but that's a big, big, big hit. Because you're going through there 130, 140 mile an hour. And that's John Field, who he's a legend in ALMS and in back. So maybe that wasn't driver error. Maybe it was car error. We don't know. But LMP2s are causing our yellow flags, and that's going to be a long yellow flag. That's going to be a big cleanup for the Road America crew. They're checking in with him. He's clearly okay. Huh. Man, oh man. Yeah, wow. So it was looking really good for them. They had 6 podiums at Road America. Last was in 2009 in LMP1. So it's been a long, long time for that Intersport racing car to have some success here. But clearly, Intersport and Road America do not get along. Massive accident. And for the second time, the yellow flag and full course caution is out.
Didn't they win here at that 2012 event we were covering a while back? I thought they might have won in the LMP2. Yeah, Intersport. I think they won in the LMP2 class at that event in 2012. The one with the Mazda and Honda battle.
I don't think so, because if so, then that official IMSA graphic is wrong, which would be funny if that's the case, but you never know.
I remember they were in the battle for the lead, but I could be wrong. Well, anyway, they were there in that race, and but besides that event, they have really had bad luck at Road America, so it's just unfortunate to see how that goes. Now, okay, real quickly, while this whole incident has been happening, I haven't seen the GTP cars come in yet. Have you, Nick? I haven't seen
not at all. I don't think the pit road's open.
Oh, I wonder if that's why. Because you would think the GTP cars and the majority of the field would come into the pit lane, because this is the time to do it. If you want to gamble on any strategy, this is the time to do it. I think energy is low for the majority of these prototypes.
They're around 50% now.
Cars.
They're probably around 50.
50? Okay, I think they were lower than that. Okay.
That's my guess, because when we were on the restart, they were around 75. I don't think they'd be below 50 after the first set. Maybe. I could be wrong, but I would like to see the energy graphic come up soon, and then hopefully we can give an answer.
Well, either way, the fact is that we're probably going to see some pit action in just a couple of laps time, because the thing is that even if they're around 50%, one of these GTP cars, one of these leading cars has to be going for some sort of gamble, if not all of them.
Now, who do you think will
Because
do it?
this
Who do you
is
think
the
will do it?
time. So I think if anybody's going to go for a gamble, I would pick the 24 Spider-Man BMW, Sheldon van der Linde. I would get that stop over right now. Clearly, BMW doesn't have the pace of the Acuras. They had a brilliant strategy at Road America last year, which eventually got them the 1-2 result. They need a good strategy at this point, and I think that something like that might be good for them. I could expect the Porsche Penske Motorsport cars to come into the pits as well. Same thing with the number 5 JDC Porsche. That car usually takes advantage of strategy decisions, strategic positions. Maybe put in Lauren Heinrich into that car as well in just a bit. I'm not really sure. But I think that we should be seeing some pit action very shortly between a lot of these cars. Porsche Penske Motorsport. We've actually talked about this with the a lot of the people in the paddock. A lot of people have been interviewing the Porsche Penske Motorsport drivers. They've been saying that they are just nowhere on the pace with the other GTP entries. But what has been able to get them big results is Porsche's incredible strategy.
They're
and
the best.
Way that they
They're
put
still
their
the best team. They are the best team in IMSA. They are the
For
Toyota
sure.
here. It's undeniable.
They are the Toyota. Yeah. That's exactly what it is. They are the Toyota here in IMSA versus the WEC. So this is they need to use their strengths that they have when it comes to strategy and placing their cars in the perfect position to get good results, and use it here at Road America to get them big results. Because obviously their car does not have the BOP advantage compared to everybody else, unlike at Sebring and Daytona earlier in this year. I do think, though, that, Nick, this could be the last time we see the Porsche 963s having this huge weight increase and this huge BOP problem. I think at Indy, for Penske's home event.
Oh yeah,
Porsche
they bet it.
963s are gonna be
Roger's
good.
going to be pulling some strings, absolutely.
Oh, for
But
sure.
I think there was there's this podcast on Instagram. I forget who runs them. It's there's no dudes on the podcast. It's run by 2 women. I forget their name, but they were talking about how, and I agree with them at this point. I don't know why I've never really thought about it. Cadillac's been treated very nicely with the bump this year. When it comes to like just they have been consistently, especially that 31 car. It's never been below 5th at all during a race off of pure pace. It's always there. It's been the Cadillac has been the fastest car without or without the bump. So now the question is when it kind of shifts back towards the other way, what's going to happen? Because maybe we could see this championship fight come back into play here in India or Atlanta, or it might just stay the same that we have right now. And here we go. So the top 3 entering into the pits. I just saw the graphic for a quick second going to the pits. So the top 3, everyone's in the pits.
Oh, everyone. Yeah, that's everyone. Okay, this is it, guys. This is the moment that kind of changes things around, or could not. This is when things could change, though.
So 93, 60, 40, 25, 31 is our top 5. So let's see what the switch is out. The 40 goes in first, then it's the 24. Wow, is the 31 all the way at the end of the pit lane? Yes, it is.
I think it is.
That's going to be interesting to say the least. This is going to be... Okay, so we will get some driver changes. So the 93, they're having a driver change. I think this 60 is also having a switch. So this is where... So some guys will be having driver swaps, others won't. So this is going to be big.
Yeah, this is going to change the game. The Acuras could be moving on the order.
No tires for the Porsches. Look at them. That's the 7 out first.
That's 7?
So the 7 out first. Oh, the 60 is going to be the 93. This is insanely close. How did they not crash coming out of the pit lane? I don't know. But the 7's in the lead. The 40's in second. The 60's in third. The 31's in fourth. The 93 goes from first down to 5th. Oh, my God. And the 43-inch Europol car has jumped into the lead. The 99 of PJ Hyatt, which was in second, has moved down into third. Wow, we've seen some big switches and swaps here in GTP and GTD Pro. Let's get a replay of this. This was insanely close from the 7 coming out. Look at the 60, look at the 93, and the 31. How did they not crash? Actually, I think they do touch. I think the 31 does have a little bit of contact there with the 93. That could be, for a little bit of review, oh my God. ladies and gentlemen, we don't nearly get this excited for pit stops, but that almost was a massive crash on the exit
That was almost 3 wide.
Yeah, it was almost 3 wide exiting into a one-lane traffic, but it's the number 7 Porsche Penske with the RS Spider livery, that beautiful livery, up in front. But honestly, the real winner of this, it's Louis Deltraz in the 40. They've jumped from 4th all the way up in the 2nd while doing all their stops. I think they put tires on. I don't think they did a driver swap. But I actually think the 40 Cadillac is the biggest winner of this because they still have the pace to compete up in front compared to the 7. I think they can pass the 7 on this restart depending on how good they can hold on. The 40, I think, is the true winner here of this fight.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, this is quite fascinating. This has changed the game quite a bit. Porsche, we know for a fact that number 7 car didn't take tires. That's why it was able to jump a lot of these cars as well. The 40, if it did change tires, that means it's on the exact same strategy as the other cars. However, for Porsche, this is exactly what I was talking about beforehand, how they get the strategy right, they do this well. The Acuras come in, as we're seeing a replay of what happened here. But the Porsche, I think what they did is that during the first part of this race, they were really conserving the tires and waiting to see when something like this would happen. And when it inevitably did, well, that's when Porsche decided to play that strategy, gamble, and not take tires because they've been conserving this whole time. That's something that Porsche are really good at, is the strategy, is getting everything to go. Look at this, almost 3 wide coming out. I think they must.
That is insane.
Whoever's in that 31, I think it might have been Bamber. They hit the bollard there as we see the GT cars all come into the pit lane. Nick, take it away.
I will take it away. I already saw the Triarci car going in the background. That's the leader in GTD, but the GTD Pro cars are coming in. So it's Rexy in front, Verhagen in 2nd, Alexander Sims in 3rd with, I think it was the Grow, it was the 4th Corvette in 4th, and then the Grow in 5th. But we're looking at GTD right now, the 21 car. I think it's going to get a good stop, and they will be coming out first. Please show me the GTD Pro guys. Luke Robichon in the 27. They're also doing stops, but there are no driver swaps. Yeah, it's just tires, no driver swaps whatsoever. I'd love to see what's going on in GTD Pro. Here we go. So Verhagen's also getting a stop, getting a little bit of fuel. Coloretti's going to jump him out of the stop as well. Now, let's see who it is. So it's Kane still in the lead. Verhagen's in the lead, or is in 2nd, but Grello in the 911 car has jumped from 6th all the way up in the 3rd. So now we got a Porsche 1-3.
Look at the Lexus.
Oh,
the 14
Lexus
is up there too.
The 14, let's go. He's not done whatsoever with trying to go 3 in a row and has moved from last all the way up into the top 5. Great gamble on this pit stop. Maybe they didn't take a pit. Maybe they did. They didn't change tires as well. I don't know. Or they only did the left or right sides. We'll have to wait and see. But that's big news. If you're a fan of the Vester Sullivan Lexus, them getting into the top 5 is massive for their chances of going 3 in a row here. But most importantly, up in front, it's the 7 that's in the lead. We got the 40 in 2nd, the 60 Acura in 3rd, the 31 Cadillac in 5th, and our pole man all the way down in 5th. Not at all great if you're a fan of Meyershank and the Acuras. They got some work to do if they want to get up back into the lead. This is going to be a really fun restart, Jonah. I think this is going to be a pretty exciting one once we get there because we got a lot of different cars with a lot of different pace. And again, what a replay of that. How it's just argy-bargy into the green zone. Somehow no bollards were hit or no major damage was caused. But again, to go over, wow. That was fun.
That really was. And, I was just thinking, like, how respectful of all these GTP drivers to think about all these people. Wait, hold up a second.
Wait,
the 25
what?
BMW is in first.
Huh?
How did that happen?
Did they not pit? Maybe they didn't pit.
Wait. Maybe they did. Maybe they did pit. Look, can you look at the
It's still loading for me.
Hold up a second.
Oh, dude, no. No, he's in the lead. No, Marco Bidman did not pit. I don't think he pit. So I think,
he pit the lap before. Maybe he pit the lap before.
No, I don't think he did. No. Because the safety, I don't think that would have been allowed. I think there's yellow flags or if the pit lane is closed and open at a specific time, I don't think he pit.
Wait. Hold on a second. So Marco Wittmann is the driver that's leading right now?
Yes.
So Marco Wittmann was in the car when the race started. So that means that he didn't pit. Because I think everybody else changed drivers.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And,
not everyone changed drivers, though. Not everyone changed drivers. Only a few guys did. That's why the 93 stop was so slow, because it's not Nick Yeley in the car anymore. It's Van de Zanda. So they're the only one. Colin Brown in the 6, he also switched out. Nasser's in the 7. Van Thorso in the 6. So yeah, some drivers are still, not everyone did driver swaps, but Acura decided to do so. I don't know why. I guess they decided that losing track position was worth it in this case. But here we are. But yeah, Marco Wittmann, I don't think he pit. So
I don't think he did.
That is very big to get them up. So now the proper order, oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, is Wittmann, Nasser, Delatraz, Braun, Vesti, your top 5. What on earth?
Wow, that is impressive. So Marco Wittmann leads for BMW in the number 25 car. This car has not been talked about too much, guys, because all the attention on BMW has been around the Spider-Man livery number 24 car. The 25, the way you can tell the difference is the 25 is in the original livery. So that is the normal BMW livery that's out in front. And that's immediately how I could tell that it was the 25 leading this race. But very fascinating to see BMW do this. I really think they didn't pit. I think you're right, Nick. And I don't understand why that's the case, because they have to be on really low
car positioning, track position. It's 100% track position.
It's get it over with now.
I don't know. That's the thing, because Hawksworth in the 14, they pit, but they were able to get their way up. And by the way, it is confirmed they are in the top 5 now in GTD Pro. Yeah. So the hunt for that win is on. They are back in the fight there. But right now, I'm not really sure what the plan is for them. They must feel that the tires and energy are good enough. And you know what this could also be? This could be to help the 24 as well. This could be some way of slowing down the pack to allow the 24 to maybe move its way through, even though the car did lose a lot of positions. Regardless of what happens, Jonah, this will be a very interesting restart that I will be paying attention to a lot when it comes out. But right now, to give you guys an update on the top 5, so we can go through it again, it's Marco Wittmann in the 25 BMW, then it's Nasser in the 7 Porsche, Delatraz in the 40 Cadillac, Brown in the 60 Acura, and Vesti in the 31 Cadillac. That's your top 5 in GTP. In LMP2, it is Jeremy Clark in the 43 Inter-Europol car, Misha Gorkberg in the 52 AL car, the United car. It's PJ Hyatt in the AL car in the 99. Then it's Toby Luque in the number 11, and Phil Fire in the number 2. That rounds up your top 5 in LMP2. In GTD Pro, it's Harry King still in the leading from lights to flag so far. Neil Verhagen in 2nd. Thomas Preining in the Grello 911 is in 3rd. Alexander Sims has lost out. He's now down in the 4th, so he's got some work to do, because he's clearly got the faster car than the BMW, but now he's got a lot more work to do, having been down another spot. And then it's Tommy Molnar in 5th, running up the top 5 in GTD Pro. And in GTD, it's Zachary Robichon. So, interesting. So, Lille in the 21, they've lost out a bit. So, Robichon in the 27 Honda Racing car, back up in front. Russell Ward is in 2nd, so looking out. Hopefully, they can go back-to-back. What is going on here?
Yeah, I don't know. So, there's a few cars that I've been kind of keeping an eye while you've been talking about the leaderboard, because this is kind of interesting. Some of the GTP cars have been swapping positions a little bit, but I think that we're going to be getting the racing going again in just a second here. This is going to be extremely fascinating.
It's either going to be this or one more lap, I think.
Where's the safety car?
It's still there. He's not pulled in. It's right at the back.
Oh, okay.
It's right at the top of the queue. So I think we're going to have one more lap.
One more lap then. Yeah, so that's very fascinating to see. But what were you saying about GTD? I kind of cut you off there.
Nah, you're all good. So it's Robichon up in front, Russell Ward in the 57 in 2nd, so they're looking to go back-to-back here in GTD. Then it's the Turner car with Seldorf in the car, in the Turner Motorsport BMW in 3rd. It is Lille in the 24 296, and then it's Fossard in the other Aston Martin, the number 68 Car Blanche, which has been going in and out of GTD and GTD Pro. They were in GTD Pro at Mosport. didn't have the best time, so like, let's go back to GTD. So it was just a one-off for them. But man,
Yeah,
oh
I think it
man,
was.
I can't wait for this restart, Jonah.
Oh, me either. I mean, this is going to be really interesting. I mean, what we saw in the pit lane is IMSA re-shows the pit lane squabble that we saw. If we're going to see this in the race as well,
It'll be
man,
fun.
I'm ready for it. But here's the thing that I'm going to be really interested about. Marco Wittmann, on a very different strategy, he could play a key factor in the other races, in the other cars' races, because here's the thing. I could see Nazar, who's in that number 7 Porsche.
What is
I
going
could see
on
him
here?
talking. Yeah, I don't
You
know
just
what's
see
going
that?
on
What
here.
is
These cars are
happening?
going back.
Why are they like forcing each other up into the inside on the safety car? What's going on? Why are we guys?
It's like they're trying to overtake each other during safety car, but I don't know. I think everybody's still in position. But real quickly, before we get anything else, Nazar in that number 7 Porsche, I could see him trying to get ahead of Wittmann to bridge a gap and let Wittmann hold up the rest of the field. That would
That's
be
what I
crucial
was
for
thinking.
Porsche.
That's
Yeah.
what I was saying earlier. Is that this could be the 25 could be playing the team game for the 24. Could
Right.
very well be playing that game. But we'll have to wait to see what is happening with these Cadillacs. Why are they going off and off the track? What is going on? They're going off the track, on the track, like halfway off. They're trying to pass each other. Are y'all trying to give each other 5-second penalties? Like, what's going on?
It reminds me a lot of Indy in 2023 when we saw the Cadillac and the Porsche going wheel to wheel for under safety car. I remember that very clearly. That was very dramatic, and this is very similar to what we saw there, but it's for the majority of the pack. So I don't really understand how that works, but I'm not really sure. Real quickly, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break.
Yes, go for it. I will take the restart, and then you're going to trade because I need to get some water a little bit later. But you go back.
Perfect.
Hi, chat.
All right.
It's just me. Enjoy your lovely Canadian boy for a few long lessons. Chase Blue, hi. How you doing? Anyone in chat and you want to talk? Now's the chance because we are still under safety car for at least another little while. Once again, the order is Wittmann, Nasser, Delchaz, Van der Linde, Braun, your top 5. Then is Van Thor, Vesti, Van de Zanda, Albuquerque, Gunn, all the way down. So I'm still really surprised that Acura's decided to be like, let's lose a lot of track position here and go for something. But I think we are going to be going green here this time by. The GTDs are going green, and it is green, but we're looking at the GTD field. Show us the GTPs, please, as we make our way for the start of this race. And the green flag is started. Oh, we got a massive crash. That's a 1 BMW. It's a massive accident with the LP2. The yellow flag will surely be coming out. And that's the 1 BMW that was involved in 2 as soon as Jonah leaves. We got a massive accident. They're surely going to have to bring the yellow flag out again. But into turn 3, it's Wittmann still in the lead. Nasser second. Up the inside goes the 93 of Van de Zanda on Vesti in the Cadillac. They got to bring the yellow flag out again. This is insane. 3 LMP2s going to the pits. I think a 4th well. Will down. It's still green. I can't believe this. Here comes Vesti down the inside on the 93. He just can't get the overtake done. It's just going to have to hold off. So that is Van der Zanda moving up into 7th place. Oh my God, how is there not a full course yellow? The commentators in the IMSA broadcast are asking the same thing. I'm asking the same thing. How are we not full course yellow for that? But up in front, Wittmann is still in front. Nasser in second, Delchaz in third. He's right on the back bumper. The 7 car not having the fresher tires compared to everyone else. It's great that he's got the track position, but how long can he hold on to it? Delchaz right on the back bumper as they make their way through the carousel. It's looking incredibly close between these two as they make their way down towards Canada corner. He's got to be right on the back bumper if he wants to make an overtake down here, but I think he's a little bit too far back. Man, oh man, Jonah, are you back?
I'm back.
You just missed that 4 cars crashing LMP2 and Verhagen in the number 1 for Paul Miller. Yes. Yeah, 4 cars crashing LMP2. No caution. And Paul Miller, that was in second, was taken out in that incident. So they're all the way at the back of GTD and GTD Pro. Right at
Are
the
they
back.
out of the race?
I don't know if they're out of the race. They were involved in it, but they're right at the back. So it's a Porsche 1-2 with Prime. Wait, so the Grello's in front. What the hell has happened? So Grello is now in the lead. AL Rexy is in second, and now it's Milner in the 4th. Call already. Is it 4? Oh, something's happened to that 3 Corvette. He's not in this fight at all. He's
I think they
completely
made
gone
contact
cold
or
already.
something.
He's in the top 4. What the hell happened? We need to see a replay of exactly what happened with the LMP2s because I saw them crash. And the 93's in the pits. What the
The
hell?
pole sitter. The pole sitting Acura is in the pits. What the heck? That's an early stop. Is there contact with the 93? Did it make contact with any car?
I didn't see them make any contact. They make no contact with the 31. Here comes Stella
Watch that.
trying to go the long way around the outside. There's going to be a little bit of contact as they go into turn 5. He's going to be pushed wide. It's very difficult. They go up the inside. Even more difficult to go around the outside. And Van der Linde says, thank you very much. And I move into P3. So it's a BMW 1-3. And now Wittmann can start to slow down maybe a little bit and back the Porsche up. But it's a German 1-2-3 chaotic restart here. We got stuff in GTD Pro, in LMP2 going crazy. Oh man. Here's the restart. So this is what you just missed, Jonah. And so they all just spun here on the exit. And then look at the BMW. He had to take to the inside. The Corvette, the Vassar Sullivan also had to go wide. So Vassar Sullivan, they didn't, no damage to them. But the Pratt Miller BMW having a horrific scenario. Who was that in the LMP2 that spun though? I don't know.
I think it was Toby Lutka that caused it. Maybe, in the 11 car.
But around the outside went the Grello 991. He went around the outside of Harry King with the chaos that's happening. Look at this. Here's on board with Alexander Sims. He comes. He had to take evasive action into the dirt. Same with Jack Hawksworth in the 14 right behind us we see. And they go down into the middle of the GTD field. So that's massive stuff. On board with the 65. I think this is Mies in the car. He also had to go wide here. Because look at the carnage out on the racing track as the LMP2s are just causing chaos. They've caused all the yellow flags so far. And there was no yellow flag for this? Nothing.
Yeah, this is and the Ferraris really lucked out here. The 62
very
and the
lucked out. The 033 Triarci really got me. Here comes the 24.
Watch Sheldon Van der Linde.
Come on, IMSA. Are you kidding me?
No.
Are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me? Oh, thank God he didn't go for the move. So he tried to go off the outside. From the outside, is he going to switch it up the inside? I think he will. And there he goes, up in the P2. And it's a BMW. Oh, is it? No, it's not. What a move from Nasser. Getting the grip around the outside through turn 6 and gets the job done. Great defense from the 7 car. And the battle for P2 is raining on. And it's going to turn into a 5-car battle here as Marco Wittmann has pulled away up in front. Nasser, the tires are starting to show their degradation here as Van der Linde is desperately trying to make by. Same with Delatraz, same with Braun, and same with Aiken all the way in the back. I still don't know why the 93 is in the pit. I have no idea. But here they come down towards Canada corner. He's right on the back bumper. Nasser leaning onto the inside. He's not going to give up on the inside. He's going to tell him, you got to go the long way around the outside, and smartly backs out of that one. So Sheldon Van der Linde is going to have to wait a little bit longer if he wants to get that overtake. They have an LMP2 up in front that could cause a little bit of issues. That's a 79 LMP2. But man, this is a great little battle for P2. Out of the last corner we go. We know how the last corner can bring up some great and epic moments. Let's see if he'll bring another one as we go down towards turn 1. Both of the cars using the LMP2 for the slipstream, but I think the 24 might be a little bit too far back here for a move. Or does he? He looks up the inside, but there's no move there. He's going to have to do it again into turn 5. I feel like turn 5 for these GTPs is the move to make. So by the way, this is a turn here. That little kink is a corner. And then this is a corner. So this is turn 3. And then there's a little kink here on the straight that also counts as a corner. I find that so stupid, by the way. This is a corner. This is turn 4. And then the hard right is turn 5. I hate that. I don't like that's how that works, but I guess, fuck it, bro. I guess that's what we could do. Oh, up the inside again. Looking, but he just gets crowded up. But this is going to be a good opportunity for Delatraz. He's going to get crowded all the way to the inside. Will he set it up the inside? Yes, he does. In the turn 6 with the 24, it's going to push him wide. He's going to have the inside line into 7, but he's going to have to back out of it. And now that's Delatraz in the 40 around the outside. But here comes Colin Brown in the 6. Steve also trying to move up in the P3. Wow, this is some great battling here for the final podium spot. Delatraz up the inside, then around the outside, through 6, into 7, and into P3. How is Nasser holding on to P2? I don't know. But this is incredible stuff happening right now. But all the while, Marco Wittmann is pulling away. He was last, by the way, but he's all the way up at first. Here comes Delatraz trying to go into Canada corner, trying to go around the outside. Is he able to get it? No, they're not showing this fight for some reason. I'm going to kill these producers because we have an incredible fight. Will he try to send it into the last corner? I think he's a little bit too far for that. But here comes a 24, also trying to send it up into the last corner, but he just can't do it. Oh my God, GTPs, give me a chance to breathe here, goddammit, as we come out of the last corner and into turn one. Jonah, take it away.
Porsche, Cadillac, BMW, Acura. It's a four-way fight for P2 in this race. Well, Marco Wittmann has almost a 6-second gap out in front. This is impressive stuff from the BMW driver as the German continues to lead away with 4 hours and 56 minutes to go. Nazar is going to be under pressure from Delatraz. Watch that black Cadillac, the number 40 entry. Delatraz is going to be right there. He is absolutely flying in that V-Series R. Down into turn 4 and 5. On board with the V-Series R. It's a little bit pixelated on my screen, but I think it's okay. That Cadillac is going to try and go for the move into the inside. Nazar has to defend. Nazar's going to go to the outside. Delatraz switches to the inside. Goes down the inside. Takes the move and goes into P2. What an amazing stuff. Nazar comes back at him. Watch van der Linde as well. The 24 BMW right there in the fight. This is incredible stuff. Louis Delatraz. What a brilliant move. He faked it to the outside. Switched it to the inside. That's the perfect switchback maneuver. And that is classic stuff from the Swiss racer. Amazing stuff here in the GTP field.
Louis Delatraz, who are you? I thought he was going to go way too deep. He walked up the front, but he did it perfectly. The 7 tried to switch it up on the inside in the 6, but he blocked it to perfection. That is clinical stuff from Louis Delatraz. And that 40, look at how far away he is. That 7 car is so slow, and he's holding up this field incredibly. There's already at least a 1.5-second gap, but look at all the GTPs just holding on. Nasser is doing an incredible job, at least for the Porsche camp, of just holding up the field as much as possible. But up in front, Wittmann is 5.4 seconds up in front. Delatraz is now pulling away. But man, oh man, what incredible racing we've been having here at Road America. I was on the edge of my seat there. I thought we were going to get a massive crash, but that was incredible.
Amazing stuff from Louis Delatraz, and I mean, from everybody involved there. Nazar is going to have to keep defending, though, and this battle isn't over as Sheldon van der Linde is right there. Watch Colin Braun as well, guys. That Acura is going to be in the fight here. I am really curious to hear, though, what happened with the 93, the pole-sitting car.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's down to 11th and almost a minute behind the leader of Marco Wittmann. Also, the JDC Miller Motorsports Porsche is very far down the order as well. It's 44 seconds down from the car as well. So 2 cars maybe had some issues in this race. Crucially, though, it's the 93 car, the pole-sitting Acura, that is down the order. So all hope kind of rests on the number 60 right now, which is not good news because the 60 has not had the easiest time this season. But this is not over for the 93 guys. It's possible that they may be playing a different strategy here to try and go a little bit longer. Same thing with the number 5 Porsche as well.
You know what it could be?
What?
Maybe they saw that the 7 was going to be out in front. They're like, that's going to be such a backup of pace. Why don't we just get out of the way and just have clean air? Maybe that's what it is. Unless there's something else, they just want to get away from that battle because we saw how much Wittmann gained from that. He gained a free 5 seconds for clean air. There could be a way, very much a way, that the 93 just gained 5 seconds through the clean air, through that battle. And that's still raging on, by the way, because I don't think the 24's gone past the 7 yet. We haven't seen, they've been showing the GTD Pro battle and everything going on right now. As the fastest Sullivan car did a great job making its way back into the top 5, but because of that chaos on the restart with the LMP2s, he's all the way here. He's fighting in the middle of the GTDs, which, by the way, Russell Ward right on the back of Zachary Robichon as they make their way down towards turn 1. And here comes the 3 Corvette also trying to make some moves as he moves up the inside of Daniel Serra in the 62 Ferrari, moves up into P5. So he's slowly but surely trying to claw back into that top 3.
Van der Linde did move past Nazar, by the way, so that 24 is up into 3rd once again, so that's good news. Nazar further down the order, but look at the gap between the BMW versus that Porsche. That Porsche really is losing a lot of time, and I think that strategy I don't know if it's working out really for Porsche, to be honest.
No! Are you kidding me? No! No!
What?
No! You gotta be kidding me. The Porsches did that multiple times, and now you give a penalty for the Cadillacs? You get out of here, IMSA.
Okay,
That's a joke. What a joke.
The 40 Cadillac has been given a drive-through penalty for blocking. What happened?
They must have thought the blocking in the turn 7. That's ridiculous. If that's actually what it is, that is one of the worst calls I've ever seen in sports car racing. No, I'm saying this. That is bad because the Porsches did it multiple times. That 7 car did it multiple times to the 24. There's no way that moment is for that, like for the overtake blocking the 6 up on the inside. There's no way. Because if it is, you have to give the penalty for the 7 for doing the exact same thing to the 24 car. I'm sorry, that's bullshit. That's bullshit.
I need to see a replay of what happened there because I don't remember the 40 blocking very much, which is, maybe that's the case of why this penalty is not the greatest, but I don't know. I mean, I usually trust IMSA with this sort of thing. As there we go, there's the penalty being served for the 40 Cadillac, and it's going to be a BMW 1-2. That hands the advantage to BMW in this race, but I need to see a replay. I honestly, before making any assumptions,
it has to be for the 7. It's going to be, watch it. Oh, yeah, it's for this. This is stupid. The 7 car literally did this. He did the exact same thing. That's a fine move. That's completely okay. But now you're going to bring it up because it's a 7. Fuck off. Like, that's unreal. I'm actually pissed. Like, go back. I want to go back in the stream. The 7 car did the exact same thing. The exact same thing. I can't believe this. What a way to ruin a race.
I remember last year, though, in 2025, the number 7 Porsche of Nick Tandy at the time did the same thing to Albuquerque. Actually forced him a little bit too wide, and the Cadillac ended up spinning. He got the same penalty, a drive-through. So I think that it's similar. It's a very similar
but like
situation.
be consistent. Like the 7 car. I honestly, like Jonah, I'm so close to going back into the stream and try to pull it up for you. I really want
curious.
To. Because I promise
if you find it, I want to see because now I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, it's this.
Let's see, viewers. This
you guys can't see it.
No, Dana, I keep forgetting that you guys can't see all this.
Yeah, you guys can't see this, sadly.
We need to see that.
But I think it was in here. So look. Oh wait, never mind. Okay, never mind. I'm overreacting. I thought he blocked him here, but he didn't. No. Okay, I take back everything I said. Okay. But okay, what I just got raged at, and IMSA, if you're watching this, I love you, IMSA. Sorry. I actually thought that y'all just like okay. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, that does make sense because Delatraz, it was a similar situation to what last year with Nick Tandy. I remember Nick Tandy did the same thing with Felipe Albuquerque, and the 10 Cadillac eventually spun. That was a horrible incident, and Tandy deservedly got a penalty for that. I don't know if it was as severe as that one. I would have probably been a little bit less strict, but to be honest, it is basically the same maneuver, and it does make sense. So I trust IMSA if they made that call. Totally.
That just sucks though, because like
it does. I mean, it really sucks.
I was like, oh my god, we're gonna like this is the 40 car, and Delatraz's like best chance to actually get a win of a pure pace. No bullshit. Like they're gonna do great, but nope, that's out of the window now. Oh, that is so infuriating.
Well, it is really infuriating because that car is so quick. It's clearly the fastest Cadillac, and unfortunately, it gets a penalty. And it's nothing wrong. It's just the fact that it happened that sucks. And so the 40 Cadillac will eventually start catch up, but this is a major setback. That it's going to have irrevocable implications. So it's just. It's really, really sad. But Marco Wittmann continues to lead the way. It's a BMW 1-2. So let's talk about the positives of what just happened from this Delatraz penalty.
There are some positives.
The biggest one, I believe, is the 2 BMWs. They've absolutely benefited from this. Marco Wittmann is 2.6 seconds the gap between himself and Sheldon van der Linde. But the good news here is that gap is between himself and his teammate. Remember, guys, BMW finished 1-2 last
Oh,
year. It was a different team, but still a position. Oh, what are you seeing? What are you saying?
no, I was just noticing that gap was 5.4 seconds a few minutes ago. Now it's 2.6. So Van der
Yep.
Linde is catching Wittmann up in front.
If the Spider-Man BMW wins this race, I'll take that. That's
I will.
perfect.
And guess what?
Yeah.
If you guys know a specific Rick Bowthorne, I'm going to be shoving it up his butt because he has been talking all week about how dumb that livery is. He hates it. He thinks that livery looks so stupid. And I'm like, you're just a hater. Rick, if you're watching this, you're a hater. You're a hater. But I know, I think it's sick. I think the Spider-Man suits are sick. I don't care if it's corporate slop. Who cares? It looks great. And it's BMW doing this. BMW is like corporate, we must stick to our brand, like final bosses. Like, they don't do the shit. So be nice, be happy for them. But we got a 4-point battle here in LMP2 driver standings between the 43 and the 04, as Kurtz is down in 4th, but most importantly, Clark in the inter-Euroboard car. They're looking to go back-to-back here in LMP2.
Yep, they're kind of trying to repeat what AO Racing did last season, because AO Racing won at CTMP, then immediately won at Road America. Here in 2026, Inter-Europol won at CTMP, and they currently lead here at Road America. Simple as that. It's basically what's happening right here. Over in GTP, there is a very interesting battle going on as Colin Braun is trying to put the pressure on Felipe Nasr's number 7 Porsche. Lawrence Vantor in the fight as well, actually, in the number 6. So the 6 is in the fight as well. So that's good to see and good to hear, of course. We did have a comment coming in from a newer viewer of endurance racing that said should only be one prototype class. It's confusing to new
Yes.
casual fans.
100%.
Yes, it is confusing. It is confusing. I do understand why they do have 2 classes, though. It does make sense because the thing is that we have one type of prototype that is completely different. It's all manufacturers, basically. And the other prototype is more like it's a spec series. So in other words, it's kind of like just one type of car. So it's a completely different type of car, completely different prototype. I think what's even more confusing is that back in 2023 and beforehand, IMSA and other series had 3 different types of prototype classes. They had GTP, LMP2, and LMP3.
And LMP3.
Yeah, LMP3 was a little bit too many prototypes. So when they got rid of LMP3 and moved it to the VP Racing Sports Car Challenge, brilliant move. That was perfect. And I think that was great. And so, to be honest, 2 prototype classes, it's good. It's just going to take a while to kind of get an understanding of what these 2 classes are. It's kind of like the 2 GT classes, you know. We could either have the WEC's one single GT class like LMGT3, or we could have IMSA's way, which is the 2 different classes of GT. Both make perfect sense. Both are understandable. Here in IMSA, we have the Pro class, which is for professional drivers and professional teams. Actually, it's more professional drivers because there's professional teams in both. So it's professional drivers in GTD Pro and more amateur drivers in GTD. That's kind of the difference between those 2 classes. And in LMP2 and GTP, kind of similar actually. GTP is all professional drivers and LMP2 is all amateur drivers with a mix of professional drivers. It's a little bit more confusing than the GTs, to be honest.
The BMWs have put 10 seconds on Nasser. It is all BMW right now up in the front. The Cadillacs are gone. The Acuras are gone. That is unreal. Yeah.
I was just going to say one thing real quickly. Sorry to cut you off there, but Nick, how is Wittmann able to consistently stay up in front? And if he hasn't pit yet, have the same energy?
My thing is that he is doing a lot better job of managing his tires compared to Nasser. That is the only guess that I can possibly have.
Or he pit.
Did he? I thought we talked about that he didn't.
I thought he didn't as well. It looked like he didn't, but it's possible because I didn't see him in that train of cars.
He wasn't there.
Already. But what if he pit the lap before?
But I talked about with you that I don't think the pit lane opened the lap previously.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, because it can only open on a specific time. So I don't think he did. Oh, someone just went into the pit lane.
Wait, Nick. What if he pit the lap after?
But then you would be behind. But you would be behind them.
But he didn't take tires.
I don't know.
And that would
maybe,
leapfrog him in the same way that Nazar did. That
maybe
could be how Wittmann got ahead and still has enough energy. I want to
that
see what
that
the
might be
energy
it.
is for Marco Wittmann. But either way, BMW have a 14.6-second gap to the rest of the entries. It's BMW
Oh,
domination right now. But however, Acura still have a really good chance of taking this win. They clearly have the quickest car here.
Vassar
And
Sullivan.
Nicololi, you never know.
Yeah, we never know with them. We'll have to wait and see. But in GTD Pro, Vassar Sullivan into the pit lane for
Yeah,
a stop. I don't know if this is scheduled or unscheduled. It looks scheduled. It looks all good
good stop.
so far. Yeah, these guys are really hoping. They got a long time to get back up into the fight, and they know it. So I think this is a strategy call from them to try to find a little bit of way. But look at this battle here in GTD. This is Wadu and Fullstar in the 21 and the 068. Or actually, no, this is never mind. This is the top. This is Robichon with the top of GTD with the bottom of GTD Pro. So that's the 62 car in GTD. Yeah, in GTD Pro. But yeah, that's Robichon in the lead. But right behind them is Russell Ward, 1.2 seconds adrift. So that battle in GTD still reigning on as we see Louis Delatraz trying to make his way through the field. I really hope that he can come back and through into this race. We got a long race here, 4 hours and 40 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. And we got a long way to go for this race and a lot of opportunities to make your way back to the pack. But if there's one thing I got to say about the LMP2s, I know LMP2 shouldn't be in here, but if there's one thing, we wouldn't have any of the excitement that we're having right now if it wasn't for the LMP2s. All of the safety cars that we've been having so far have been the LMP2s. All the crashes that we've been seeing have been from the LMP2s. So it's chaos and carnage because of them. Now, the problem with it for a new fan that I don't like is that why, and I don't understand why IMSA doesn't do this. Instead of putting the Oreca badge, put the team badge on there so that people know what the teams are. Because nobody cares that it's just the Oreca chassis multiple times. People want to see like what these teams are. If you want people to care about LMP2, make them care about the teams because these LMP2 cars, they got great liveries. They look cool.
They do.
There's a potential for them to be cool, but they just aren't. And it also doesn't help that these LMP2 cars are incredibly restricted. If these cars were unrestricted, they are equal speed with GTPs. I don't know if people know that. When GTP first started in 2022 and they were doing qualifying at Le Mans, an LMP2 split the top two hypercars. It was Toyota, LMP2, and then the Alpine hypercar. That's how fast they are. They were way too fast, so they've had to restrict them. And so it's just like, it's just a kerfuffle of racing that we have. And into the pits from the lead comes the 25 of Marco Wittmann. So I guess with the energy, his time is done as he's the first one in. And we'll see if he will also take tires as well. So now the Spider-Man car is into the lead.
Fascinating stuff. So maybe this is the first stop for Marco Wittmann. I'm not really sure. But either way, the 25 race leader is into the pit lane. And this should be a driver swap as well. So that is Marco Wittmann out. Philip Ing is into the car now. So that's an interesting thing for sure. Ing is the driver, of course, that won last time out here at Road America alongside Dries Vanthoor when he shared the 24 car. He's in the 25 this year. As Sheldon van der Linde switched with him. And Ing will get into that 25 to try and get a win the second time here in 2026 at Road America. But we'll see.
So to confirm, this was their first stop. They did not stop under the safety car. They stayed out the entire time. So they've done a lot better job of managing their energy and managing their tires compared to the Porsches. So great job from the 25. And because of the job that he's done, let's put the 24 up into the lead. So BMW is very, very happy right now with what they've done. And look at the gap, 14 seconds. Oh, this might be a little bit of German malpractice here. You never know. Maybe Porsche was like, we'll collude with BMW. But no, that would never. I don't think BMW would even think they hate each other so goddamn much. Not a chance that that's going to happen.
Yeah, that's what's interesting is that there's two German brands here, and they both are they're rivals. You know, they're I mean they have respect for each other, but they're rivals at heart for sure.
They have actively, there's not, in the German teams, I don't think there's two German manufacturers that, like, Mercedes and Audi, they're cool. Mercedes and Porsche, they're cool. Audi and Porsche, they're cool. Audi and BMW are cool. I think Porsche versus BMW are like, that's the most personal one. As the 73 Pratt Miller car, for the second time today, has spun around. And I think that's on the exit of turn 5. Yes, it is. Up the hill into turn 6. So around we go. All of the chaos has been caused by the LMP2s. So, man, oh man, not a good day. That could have been close. That could be an unsafe rejoin for Chris Cumming in the 75 car. But he's back out. No full course yellow needed.
But there's man, the race oh leader, man. Sheldon van der Linde in the Spider-Man BMW. But yeah, the 73 car is back out on track. Chris Cumming on board that entry. Remember, we just have to, I want to highlight this again. All the drivers in LMP2 currently are the bronze rated drivers. So this makes sense why there's incidents. It totally does. The thing is that it just happens. However, I do want to point out that this is not in relation to the LMP2 cars. I do want to point out that the...
No, you're not going to point out any... Wait. This might be the lap 3 car. Oh, he's gonna... This is Alexander Sims. Oh, that is for the lead. So Sims goes for the lead. Pointing... How the... What? Where did he come from? Where did he come from? He was... Guys, I hope you know that for the last, 10 minutes, he has been nowhere in the top 5. He's been absolutely nowhere. But now, he's at the lead of this race. So GTD Pro, Alexander Sims is in the lead. He's gone past Preining. He's gone past King. He's gone past Milner. How has this happened? But no, look at this. The pole sitter. No pole sitters having luck so far in Road America. A drive-through for Lily Wadu. Failure to adhere to powertrain parameters.
What?
Huh. They went outside of the bot measurements. Maybe that's what it was. But look at that from the Porsche, trying to look up the inside into turn 6 on the AO car. But how I am so confused on how Sims has gone up, because I thought he was not even in the top 5 10 minutes ago.
From my understanding, he was behind the Pfaff Lamborghini. That's what because remember he had that issue. He went off the track to avoid that incident.
Yeah, but look, I'm looking at the stuff. No, he just powered on through. But I actually think, because we're looking on the last few minutes here, he caught up to the back bumper. Something has happened to get him in front. Something's happened and we've missed it. Because there's no way he's just on pure pace gone by. I think something happened that backed up the top 3 in GTD Pro, and he just went swooping by. Because he actually, on pace, because I look back, he was able to pass the other cars, but I don't know how they cycled all the way up into the lead here. We're going to have to hopefully get a replay, because I don't think this is as simple as just pure race pace, chat. I really don't think so. What a weird race we're having.
It's super weird. I mean, either way, the fact is that Corvette, it's Corvette versus Porsche versus the Tamarario from Pfaff Motorsports. Everybody else is kind of just in the background there. As we actually see some
three wide into GTD. Well, Russell, we're trying to go up the inside of Robichon. No, he's just going to have to back out of it, but they will try to go after the Reese competition car, the 62. That's the car that's last in GTD Pro. And Russell Ward is like, get out of the way. I'm trying to go for a fight here, but this is exactly what Zachary Robichon wants for the lead in GTD. This is, he's just going to be able to pull away now. That was almost an insane move from Russell Ward in the 57. If he made that move, I would have been creaming myself. But here he comes up the inside down towards turn 5. He won't make it past the Reese car. He won't give him much issue. Now he's going to be right behind the 27. And this battle is going to continue to rain on in GTD. Oh,
I'm loving this. This is amazing stuff. So Russell Ward has successfully moved ahead of that Reese Ferrari, so he's cleared that car, and now just up ahead is his rival in the GTD field. Robichon hasn't won yet. The Aston Martin has not won in GTD despite being in the championship lead. They need a win. If they're going to win this championship, they need a win. The last time the Heart of Racing took the championship in GTD was in 2022 when Roman DeAngelis won the title. They're looking to take victory in this title fight once again, and they need a big result. It's huge. But back in GTD Pro, Porsche still in the fight. It's clearly Corvette versus Porsche up there, but Sims absolutely flying right now, and this could be redemption to what happened last year. Remember last year, the 2 Corvettes were caught out in incidents at almost the exact same part of the track on the same lap. That was chaos for the two Corvettes. But that did happen later in the race, and we still have a lot more to go in this Road America installment. We haven't even reached the part
look
where...
at this.
Oh,
Stop and
no!
repair, mechanical black flag for prining. What? I've never seen that. I've never seen a
Wow.
Well, a mechanical black flag you will normally see when a car has too much damage. But what has happened to prining? The car seemed fine when we were looking at it in GTD Pro earlier.
Let's see.
Do you see anything? I don't see anything. Is it the...
Oh,
it might be the diffuser. Look at the rear diffuser.
Yeah, it is kind of hanging off there. What's going on?
But they're doing tires as well for this stop. This is interesting.
Is it the front? Is it the front splitter? I mean, I can't tell. Either way, this isn't too bad. It looks bad, but it's not like end of the race.
Oh my god, if this Pratt Merrill car goes off one more time, I'm going to lose my mind. This is the third time that Chris Crumming is having a race from hell in LB2, but he's got a puncture in the rear. Oh no. And either puncture or suspension damage. Oh, but he's lucky. That's the last corner, so no yellow flag. He'll be able to go back to the pits, but I think that is Pratt Miller's day done. This is a replay of what happened. Was he hit
by the GT car?
Yeah, he was. He was hit by the GTD. The 34 GTD car. Which one is that again? This guy. Knocking him out of the way. He's like, bro, you're going too slow. Get out of the way. Which, I mean, understandable. He has been just a menace on track, been everywhere. I would not be surprised if there's been a few drivers on track that are just frustrated with his driving standards today. So they're just getting him out of the way. But that is the 73 done and dusted. It's either a tire problem or a suspension. We'll have to wait and see.
I think it's just a tire. Maybe the back part of the LMP2 car might be a little bit damaged, but I don't know. Also, while we've been talking, Nick, Sheldon Van der Linde is 19.3 seconds ahead of the 7
because Colin Brown can't get past Nasser. He just can't. He's been stuck behind him. This is working so well for BMW right now in the 24. Unless another safety car in the next 5 to 10 minutes brings it back out.
Sims.
But Sims is in the pit lane as well. I wonder what this is for.
Yeah, this is either a mandatory stop or something interesting, but that is the leader in GTD Pro coming in. Harry Keene takes over the lead. Then it's Tommy Milner, and surprisingly, surprise, surprise, it's Andrea Caldarelli in the number 9 Faf Tamarario, the Lamborghini, the brand new car to the grid, is in P3 now. Very good stuff.
They need a great effort. They've proven at least that they got the consistency and they got the reliability of the car. Get out of the way! The mechanic says as Alexander Sims gets out of the car. They're doing a fast driver swap. They're bumping into each other. That stuff happens, but man, oh man. So who's going into the car? Is that Garcia?
Garcia, yeah.
It is Garcia going into the car. Absolute legend. I got it. Hold on. I got Garcia. The C7 might not have a wing. He might have lost his wing. He had a little bit of damage, but... We got Magnussen, we got Garcia, and Jordan Taylor. Remember he used to drive in GTLM? Garcia is a GM legend, and in and out of the pit lane comes to 3. I think that was a scheduled stop. So in and out they come, and behind, critically, they will be behind Prining in the 911. So we will see what happens later on with strategy for GTD Pro, but up in front, it's Harry King in the 77, then it's Milner, called already in the 9, in 3rd, and Sarah in the 62, all the way down in 4th.
Yeah, the 62 Ferrari, the Risi Competizione car, has had a terrible time this season, but it is having not too bad of a race here at Road America. They need a good result after coming back. As we see, I think the GTD fight for, I'm not really sure what this is in the class. Also, I do want to point out, my guys over at Dragon Speed, I gotta say, this team has been a really big help to the FJ Endurance channel in general. They've collaborated with us many times. They've done an interview. I have some friends over there, including Luca Conti, who's an awesome guy. Awesome guy, gets me photos all the time. Good friend, and just a wonderful person over at Dragon Speed. They are doing quite well. I want to point them out because Casper Stevenson in P4, it's been a really good weekend for what has otherwise been a very difficult season for the number 81 Corvette from Dragon Speed. But Yeah, wonderful team. They do great. I remember sitting at the Dragon Speed pit garage at Laguna Seca earlier this year, and they were
It was
just
goaded.
such cool guys. Such cool guys.
That's awesome.
Meanwhile, Nazar and Vanderlinde. Oh my
Bro,
goodness.
he's just like, this is unreal. It's another, we ignored them for another 3 minutes, and now it's 5 seconds added on. The gap is 25 seconds up in front for Van der Linde. I'm trying to look at the lap times because so last lap no, this is not real. Last lap 154.1. Nasser is doing 157.5s. 3 seconds a lap slower.
That could be true.
No, but there's only one other car in GTP that's doing in the 1 minute 54s, and that's Kalen Frederick in the number 5, and he's at 9. No one is remotely close to the BMW on pace right now. No one.
Yeah, that car is flying. And I mean, it's interesting because the car that was the two cars that were battling that 24 BMW were the 93 Acura, which pit earlier on, and the number 40 Cadillac, which had that drive-through.
Yeah.
Vanderlinde's contenders have been taken out. Also, big news, Robert Wickens, the legend himself, is in that number 36 DXDT Corvette. Yeah, he's in that car now.
Great. Oh, yeah, he is. So, and by the way, it is looking that he will make his first ever full season debut at a top class that we haven't seen him since 2018. So that's going to be great to see Robert Wickens get back into full-time racing with the XTT next year. So hopefully with that can come a little bit more luck for the DXTT team, because every time he steps in the car, they have the pace. They're one of the fastest cars in GTD, but they just can't pull it together. Hopefully we can see a little bit more out of them. Yeah, it's just something happens. It's just, ever since that fire Lagoon, it's just been downhill. But the top 3 in LMP2 have just gone to the pits. The 43 Inter Europol, the 99 AO, the 52 United Auto Sports, and the number 2. The top 4 all in and out of the pit lane.
Yes, that's big news for all these P2 drivers. I don't know if there's been any driver swaps, so Clark, I think, will stay in the car. Same thing with Hyatt, and then Goikberg as well, as we see them exit the pit lane. So AO Racing also looking for their second win of the season. They won at Watkins Glen. That was big for them. And they're looking for back-to-back victories here at Road America and another Michelin Endurance Cup win, which would be big for them and their championship hopes as well. Nazar now 27.6 seconds. The gap has increased again by another 3 seconds or so. I think 2.5 to be precise.
Yeah, because he just set the second fastest lap of the race, so 153.003. He's still 9/10ths down, but he is 2 to 3 seconds faster than any other GTP out on track.
Wow.
That 24 is just gone. Absolutely gone.
Yeah, it's doing well. And this is, of course, the car that won here last year in the hands of Team RLL, who are still on the grid, but are in GTD Pro running McLarens. So BMW still on the grid, thank goodness, in GTP with Team WRT. Oh, no, what's this? This is the number 12.
Oh, wait, never mind. It was just a stop. I thought he was, stop having a problem, but no, he's just having a smoking front broke rotor. Thank you, cameraman, for teasing us into thinking there was something wrong with the Vassar Sullivan car. But no, it's A-okay. So Alki comes out onto track. This car's been really quiet all year round. Hopefully we can see another top 5 out of them in GTD. But they're still racing, and that's what matters. But looking on screen, it is this cheap coat of a car. It's the Spider-Man 24. I don't know if he got some Spidey powers with the livery getting on. I don't know if these suits have some Spidey silk and some Spidey venom in there. But whatever's doing it, they are just pulling away. This car is designed for Road America, and they're looking to go 2 years in a row winning in GTP here at this track.
And just to point out as well, viewers, in case you're unaware, why there's a Spider-Man livery on this number 24 car. For any Marvel fans out there and Spider-Man fans, I'm sure there are quite a few listening right now. I myself am a Spider-Man fan. There's a new movie coming out, Brand New Day, Spider-Man Brand New Day, out in theaters on, I believe, July 31st. So it's already in theaters now. It's pretty much been leaked online who Sadie Sink's character was. But if you don't want to know, I won't spoil anything. If you're unaware what this is,
Me.
Sadie Sink, who's the actress from Stranger Things, who plays Max Mayfield in that, is now in the Marvel Universe playing a character in Spider-Man. It's been kind of leaked for a while, but now it's pretty much confirmed. But I won't say anything in case anybody wants to know.
You know what's so funny is that I'm watching it. I skimmed through. Someone posted the movie on Twitter. Like someone just recorded it. Like someone recorded it in the theater. And as I was going through, it wasn't even 5 minutes old. The tweet, it got shut down for copyright. So I saw a little bit. I saw a little bit of what happens.
Well, I mean, with social media nowadays, it's just impossible to not get spoiled. I mean, it's possible, just very hard. And the thing is too, it's like this is what is so hard with like when we post all the stuff on YouTube with
Nasser in the pits.
Oh yeah, Nasser is in the pits, so that's interesting. The number 7 does come into the pit lane. We'll catch up with that. But yeah, with spoilers, it's really difficult because I know people watching probably even right now don't want to see spoilers to the race, and we put out the winner's graphic. Well, it's unfortunate because like YouTube immediately puts it up and says this person won the race. You know, I remember back, I think it was when I was watching F1 on a consistent basis, because it was it was mostly in Europe at the time. And of course I'm over on the West Coast, I get spoiled immediately who would win the race, and it'd be like, well, there's no point in watching the race now because F1 just decided to spoil it immediately.
They've been doing better. Doing better. They do better with their thumbnails and stuff, but yeah, it's still not good.
No, it's not. I mean, it would be. I think I remember I was like really, really excited for who would win the championship or whatever, and then it was like Max Verstappen wins the championship. Congratulations, Max, on your 15,000th world championship. But thank goodness it wasn't the 2021 title fight. I saw that live. Did you, Nick? Did you see that?
I remember where I was. I woke up. I was in my bed. I had barely nothing on, and I remember them making the call.
Yeah.
Doing the call, and I just started bursting out laughing. I was like, they're not actually gonna fucking do this, are they? And then they did. I have not laughed harder at a race in my life. But I was laughing out of shock because I was just like, wait, they actually did, like, this is happening? This is happening right now. What are we doing? I knew when it was happening, I was like, we're gonna be talking about this for the rest of our life. And people and Hamilton fans are not going to let this go for the rest of their lives. And Max Verstappen fans are not going to let this go for the rest of their lives. That was a moment where everything changed. And it didn't happen at a better time for F1 because that's when the popularity. That was actually the first and only time I went to school, and people in school, when we were talking about sports, people mentioned F1. And that's the only time that's ever happened. Where like people are like, yo, did you see the last race? It's like, yeah, I did, bro. It was that
you watch F1? That's the question I would ask.
Yeah, right. Like, you watch F1, like unironically. Yeah, no, it's definitely something. So yeah, that is I remember where I was and what I was doing kind of moment.
Yeah, same here. I mean, it was quite historic. That was when I was really into Formula One at the time. I was just getting back into sports car racing in 2021. I was watching Le Mans and all that sort of thing at the time, but I was really starting to make content on sports car racing at the time. But I
was not even remotely close to Le Mans coded at that point. Not even.
Different time.
The first time I started getting into sports car racing, I think it was like 2023, I'd say, and that's when I watched 24 Hour Le Mans for the first time. Like,
that was the first time.
Like through for the first time. Yeah, that was my first time watching it properly. And as we see a replay, look at this! So the 22 United Autosports car just got dumped in the Canada corner by one of the Proton Mustangs. But these LP2s are getting bullied.
Now they're starting to, yeah. The GT cars are like, you guys have caused so much chaos. We're gonna take it back.
Yeah, we're gonna take advantage. Get out of the way.
Yeah, we're gonna.
So here he comes. So now here's the funny thing. That 22, he's gonna come up onto the Ford here onto the front stretch. I'm curious to see if he does anything. Oh, here comes the 6 into the pit lane, and the 30 or the 10 is into the pit lane. The 10's into the pit lane.
Yep, that's the number 10 Cadillac and the number 6 Porsche. That's the Sunoco Porsche 963. So the Sunoco 91730, that car, absolutely phenomenal here at Road America. We haven't talked a lot about these liveries, actually. We've talked about it in videos and stuff like that, but why they are so iconic. You know, I mean, here at Road America, this specific livery, the yellow, blue, and red, the Sunoco colors, was famous for Mark Donohue taking the win and
Mark
an
Donohue, the
incredible pole
GOAT.
position in 1973. 1972 champion doing that. As we see a
Not too
driver
soon.
change at Porsche Penske Motorsport, out goes the number 6 driver of Lawrence Vantor, and into the car goes the GOAT himself, Kevin Estre, the Nürburgring legend. And a driver that a lot of fans love to see. He's got a special helmet for the Sunoco colors as well that are on this car. Nick, I have a question for you. Do you think Porsche might keep these liveries to the end of the season, or do you think this is a one-off?
I think it's a one-off, but Porsche, if you're listening to me, please keep these for the rest of the year. Please. That would be so goated if they do that, but I wouldn't be surprised if they go back. But at the same time, I would like to. I'd really like to see them keep on to this.
Well, like Indy, for example. Oh, Sheldon Van der Linde.
Sheldon Van der Linde is into the lead. Is into the pits. And
the 93 comes in, too.
Again? Okay, I'm really confused on what happened to the 93. Maybe it got a drive-through and we had no idea. I don't know. Because they gave there was no notification, no update on it to give us an answer. But 93's in, so he's a lap down. He's going to be a lap down here.
He is going to be a lap down. I really don't understand what happened.
Oh, never mind. He won't. He's not going to be a lap down. But, oh, that's close. Here comes Colin Brown, Vesti, Gunn. So everyone's coming into the pits.
Where's Philip Bain?
I don't know.
He's going to be the driver to watch. If
someone's
going to take the lead is BMW.
Yes, but someone in the chat just mentioned, did something happen to the 25? He lost 45 seconds last lap. I don't know. IMSA's not told us anything. We'll have to wait and see. But the entire top 5 are in the pits right now.
He was really far down the order on seconds because he pit earlier on. But I don't know if he lost a significant amount of time in the last lap. I'll have to look and see. But
yeah, we'll have to.
Yeah, very, very interesting to see. So out goes Sheldon Van der Linde. Was there a driver change? I didn't see one.
I didn't see one either.
Okay, so the 24 comes out. Oh my gosh, the 40 and the 60 are still in the pits. They're still doing tires. Like that 24 has got the advantage now. Right now,
wow.
If this was the end of the race, I'd say this is game over and BMW has this. But we still have 4 hours and 14 minutes to go. Still a long race. We haven't even reached the point, Nick, where it's the same length as last year's Road America event. Last year's Road America event was 2 hours and 40 minutes.
And we're 1 hour 45 in.
Yeah.
Right now. So, by the way, I just realized we didn't really set like an exact time that we wanted to end this. By the way, that's actually big. So 31, Avesti, he's going past Colin Brown. He's up in the second. That's big. Into third on track. But Philip Bang, oh my God, the 033 car almost just crashed into the 2 GTPs. But Philip Bang's in second now. 33 seconds adrift. Oh God.
Yeah, that BMW 24 car, that Spider-Man car has just got a major advantage. But yeah, going back to what you were saying real quickly about our timing here. So I think, how long have we been streaming for? I think
we have been streaming for 1 hour and 56 minutes. So we're coming up on the 2 hours. So we could either go until until it says 4 hours, or we can go till 3.5. It's up to you.
I think what we should probably do is go until it says 4 hours and then take a break and then come back.
Yeah,
because that way we get the final 2 hours, get that little break in between. I'm hoping. I mean, I don't think I'll be able to join. Oh my gosh,
that was very close. In the sweeping this way and that way through traffic. We're actually going to get a bit of a battle here on the restart between Brown, Estre, and the 7. He's going to go the long way around the outside of the carousel. Oh my God, he did! What a move from Kevin Estre around the outside of the 6. But look at the 7. He's right on the back bumper as they make their way through. Yeah, he did get it. What an unbelievable overtake from Kevin Estre around the outside. Colin Brown is having a horrible start. And then the 18 Tower car. I don't care about LMP2s. Show me this battle in GTP. What a great overtake around the outside. And now, Adlire goes past Brown and up into 5th and 4th. So, Colin Brown and the Acura, they're not having a good time whatsoever on this restart. The Porsche is so much better at lighting their tires up. I was like, did he just go around the outside? Let's see the replay on this. Oh, well, I guess we're not going to see the replay. We're going to see a replay. The Paul Miller car, another GTA. If I had I had a penny for every time a GT3 card knocked an LMP2 out of the way, I'd have 3 pennies. It's just weird it's happened, which is, it's not that much. It's just weird it's happened 3 times. But
I think it's I feel like that could have been the LMP2's fault, to be honest.
I think it is too.
Because the driver that's in that car is Ferdinand Habsburg. He's a great driver. He's of course over at Alpine in the WEC. So he's
Habsburg in the car. I didn't even realize.
Yeah, he's got quite the experience over there. But I think that he cut off that GT car, or maybe didn't see him, or the GT car thought that the LMP2 wasn't going to back out. Either way, the fact is that there was contact made, and that 18 is around. Casper Stevenson into the pit lane in the 81 Dragon Speed Corvette from 4th. So that car moves down the order. We also haven't talked a lot about the 068 Car Blanche Aston Martin.
No, not at all.
Yeah, Fassard. Fassard in 3rd right now. Aston currently P1 and P3. But that number 068 car has been doing quite well. It's the all-white Aston. Let's see what happened here.
Oh, more contacts with the 80 and the 10. They're showing us everything but Kevin Estre going around the outside through the carousel, by the way. I'm actually, like, fuming. That was an unreal overtake. And we're just, come on, I want to see it.
We need an onboard.
Yeah, we need an onboard of that, because that was a textbook overtake around the outside. But
well, crucially though, Nick, Vesti has maintained 3rd.
Hold on. Jeremy, with a $50 donation. I like Jim Harbaugh, and the bumbling commentary is quite endearing, but you guys bring another level of energy. Thank you so much, Jeremy. Jeremy,
thank you.
And it's been an absolute pleasure to meet you and do stuff at the track. I will see you next week. But thank you so much for the extra donation. We really appreciate that. Very much appreciative.
That is amazing. Thank you so much, Jeremy. We really do appreciate that. I mean, like, it's great to hear that we bring somewhat close to the legend of John Hindhaugh, who's, you know, a legend of the motorsport community and the endurance racing community across Le Mans, IMSA, WEC, ALMS, etc. But to hear that we are up there as well is just outstanding. So thank you so much. It really does mean a lot. And even that bonus right there will make a difference on me and Nick getting to events and getting more coverage.
It will. It definitely will.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, thank you so much, Jeremy.
Yeah, definitely meet with him next week for sure.
I will. I'll give a big hug for you, Jonah. I'll give a big hug.
Thank you.
Of course.
Please do.
And a penalty for Thompson in the 52, working on the car from behind the wall. IMSA has been having a very busy day here in the technical side, handing out penalties left, right, and center. So a lot of stuff going on. Speaking of stuff going on, in GTD, everyone except for Russell Ward has entered into the pit lane. Robichaud, Yardley in the 28, Wadu in the 21. Everyone but the 57 Winward car has gone into the pit. So that means we got the 57 Mercedes up in the lead. The 27 of Dudu Pericolo just came out of the pits, but he's well behind the order. Big changes happening here.
Really big changes. You know, this is this is going to change the game quite a bit in terms of the GTD fight. I mean, we're still going to have things change as we have the 66 moving up the order. Robert McGuinness in the 023 Triarci Ferrari moving there as well. And it's interesting, guys. We're starting to get rumors. We've been talking about this during the stream as well. We've been starting to get kind of murmurs throughout the paddock of a lot of changes that are going to be happening throughout the season from 2026 to 2027. There's a lot of changes, one of which is that Triarci may no longer be on the grid next season. I think there's a very good chance that the Triarci team pulls out of GTD Pro. I would hope that they continue in GTD, where they've had a win here at Road America last year and one at CTMP. Oh, sorry, not CTMP, VIR. But right now, there's doubts on Triarci continuing on. There's also doubts on Paul Miller Racing continuing on with the GTD Pro BMW effort. Pfaff Motorsports may be kind of moving away. Which would be absolute. That is more devastating than anything, to be honest. But it's possible they may continue in GTD. The rumor right now is that Pfaff is going to switch away from Lamborghini and move to a different program. It seems that somebody else is going to take over that Lamborghini program. In my opinion, what would be great is if Meyer-Shank Racing takes over the Lamborghini program. I would like to see that, because if they combine their drivers with Lamborghini, and Lamborghini also are wanting somebody to take over the customer effort and kind of run it as a factory team, Meyer-Shank Racing are the perfect squad to do that. If they can do that in GTD Pro, it's possible, just possible, that we could see the SC63 back on the grid in the hands of Meyer-Shank Racing. I would love that. Very unlikely, but still a possibility. I mean, wouldn't it be cool?
I just can't get over the fact that there's a potential that they could lose the main Lexus, the main Lamborghini, and the main BMW and GTD Pro. That literally, for me, that all, because I have been trying to rep so hard, because I have a bunch of European buddies. They're like, GT World Challenge is better. WEC is better. I'm like, no, it's IMSA, it's IMSA, it's IMSA. But if they lose all three of those, I might have to give up the fact that IMSA might have the best GT3 field, just because those guys are not racing anymore. But I really hope that the Vassar Sullivan guys can get the GRGT car for next year and do what FAF have done with the Temerario, and either debut it right at Daytona or Sebring or wherever. And we'll see eventually how it goes. But man, oh man, I don't want to see any of them leave. I want them to all stay. But hopefully BMW can help them out a little bit.
I think even if they leave, there's going to be teams that are going to be coming in and replacing them. For example, Aston Martin seemed to be back in GTD Pro with Carte Blanche. That seems to be a very big possibility of that happening. Windward, I've heard Windward might expand to have a full Michelin Endurance Cup entry. They had the 48 at the beginning of the season at Sebring and Daytona. I've heard that car could come back next season and continue to run throughout the full Michelin Endurance Cup schedule. But I think the realistic possibility of GTD Pro next season is that we'll lose Triarci, we'll lose Paul Miller. I think that those two squads, unfortunately, will leave. And hopefully they'll just move to GTD exclusively. And the worst case scenario is that we also additionally lose FAF Motorsports, which would be a massive shame. But hopefully they continue on with a different program, if not Lamborghini. And then we gain an Aston Martin for the full season from Carte Blanche, YRB Racing. We gain an MEC Mercedes, and we gain a new operator of the Lamborghini entries. We've also heard that Team RLL are going to expand to run a second McLaren, which would be good. It would be good to see that.
Oh no! That's a Triarci 21 car all the way out on the outside. That's what we will do. I don't know if that's her in the car. No, it's Simon Mann in the car. That's the AF Corsa USA car that was all on pole and all the way out on the exit grass. That's up at Carousel, which is just not what you're looking for if you're the fan of that AF Corsa car. They were doing so good here at the beginning of this race, but they have fallen off a cliff here.
Yeah, they really have. I mean, this is not good news. The only car that is doing well from pole position is Rexy. That's it. Everybody else is
everyone else has been having chaos, bro. They've been in chaos and carnage. And, I mean, Rexy, they did have to take evasive action to not hit an LMP2, and that's how they lost the lead to Priding for a little bit. But speaking of, by the way, they are in the pits. So the 77 has gone into the pit lane. They have a 17-second gap onto Verhagen in second, by the way. Which, by the way, he's back in second. I think we just ignore that. So, Neil Verhagen in the one BMW, I don't know if this is, maybe they're on an offset strategy here, but they are back up in the lane. Oh my God, 3 wide up the hill. A GTD Pro, an LMP2, and a GTP going at it as they go across the start-finish line. We got 4 hours, 3 minutes, and 25 seconds remaining, which means that we have 3 hours or 3 minutes and 25 seconds remaining of this stream. So we will be getting it done at the end of the hour, which is coming up very, very shortly. Yeah, this is some great stuff. But don't you worry, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back to do the last 2 to 2.5 hours of the race. We're just going to take an hour break to get some content out. Make sure you guys are on the FJ Endurance channel and on Instagram. So Priding now takes the lead. Verhagen is also into the pits as well. And Nick Tandy has now gone into the car. But yeah, we'll be trying to upload some stuff on Instagram during this little break. And we will be back to do the back half of the 6 hours of Road America coming up very, very soon.
I can already see that we should definitely clip the section with that incredible GTP fight, you know, with
Yeah,
Delatraz and
with the Delatraz, but it sucks
yeah,
because like you got a penalty, but like,
yeah, but still
well,
that
I'm still
battle was
gonna clip it.
incredible.
That was a great battle.
And I would say maybe even clip the 22 or the race start. The race start was pretty good, as well as the 22 United Autosports.
I'll try to get
Having
a few
that,
clips in there. Yeah.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll definitely take a look at that. But yeah, up front, BMW domination here at Road America. Not
24
only is the
seconds.
24 leading by now 25 seconds to the rest of the field, the 25 is up there as well. And Nick, I just want to point out here,
Yo.
Sheldon van der Linde in that 24 BMW is 41 seconds ahead of the next car that isn't a BMW. That
They're
is
on crack,
insane.
bro. They are on crack. They have been doing. I've been watching their lap times. The slowest lap time that the 24 has done is last lap at 155.6. It's been doing
Yeah.
54, 53s, and 52s all race long, and no one's even close on pace. Maybe people are just holding on and positioning. But here's the thing: you can baby your car and stuff, but at the same time, it's a balance. You got to baby the car, but you also got to be able to have some pace in it. And maybe these guys have babied their car a little bit too much. I'm actually going to say this. The 24 team need to go to the 7 garage in Porsche and thank them. Because that is the
Yeah, they
reason
really do.
why that gap exists, is because of Anwar. It wasn't Anwar in the car. I think it was Nasser in the car at the time.
Yeah.
But Nasser just holding up the entire field while the 24 could just pull away. That was mega. So the 24 pit box, they should be going over to the Porsche crew and saying, thank you guys for the win. I mean, at this rate, we'll have to see, because we have 4 hours and 40 seconds remaining in this race. There is a long way to go for all of these guys, which has been interesting because I've been reading some stuff off of like Sports Cars 365. A lot of these guys are treating it like a sprint race, which I don't know if that's the best way to go about it. But
Yeah.
a lot of people are still treating this like it's a sprint race.
Yeah, it is interesting. I heard that too. I saw that article and I saw some quotes from some drivers. It is interesting to see that they are trying to treat it as a sprint race, even though, you know, it's 6 hours, the same
6
length
hours.
as Watson's Glen, in fact. So I don't know if that is the right way to go, but whatever. I mean, if it works, it works. Also, it seems like there's more clouds.
More
It seems like
clouds, humidity. We should do a weather check before we weather check.
Well,
Let me look
yeah,
that up.
I'm gonna look that. Oh, you're gonna do it? Okay.
I'm gonna do it very quickly.
Okay, yeah, because it is interesting. It does look very cloudy. Although, where I'm currently at, for example, it's completely cloudy outside, and it's not going to rain today at all. So it's possible that's the same thing here at in Plymouth, Wisconsin, which is just near the wonderful Elkhart Lake.
I'm looking at the weather radar. It's looking pretty good for them right now. I think it's just cloud cover. There is a lot of humidity, which is concerning. But at the same time, I don't know if we're gonna get rain here. I don't know.
I don't think we are, but we'll kind of see how things go. But yeah, it's just kind of how it goes. We'll see how things progress. But we've officially crossed over the 4-hour mark of this race, and I think this is a good point to probably take a break, take some time to chillax, and then go back at it for the final 2 hours or so.
2.5 hours,
possible
2 hours. Yeah,
I won't be there, viewers. It's possible.
Oh
that
yes,
just be Nick. Not really sure about that quite yet. I need to look at my schedule. I'm in the process of moving, so I'm trying to figure out how that kind of all works out. But we'll see how that progresses. But Nick, any final words before we go off the air?
If it's gonna be me, get used to me.
Nick's been a great commentator throughout this whole thing, so
of course. But yeah, no. There is a chance that it could just be me. Which hey, I ain't got no problem with that. I can hold the mantle for 2.5 hours. But yeah, we will go from there. Make sure again you're checking Instagram, because we will try to get a quick short out on some of the action that's been happening, and there's been a lot of action, so we got some stuff to cover. And yeah, we will go from there. But for now, this will be the end of our first stream for the 6-hour, the Multiple Sports Car Endurance Grand Prix, aka what we're calling it, the 6 hours of Road America. It's been an absolute pleasure so far for this stream, and like I said, but I really hope that I'm able to have you guys all stick around for the race. Hit the notification bell so that you guys are active for that. That's another thing, by the way. Actually, wait. Before anyone goes, before anyone leaves, we've been having. We haven't even mentioned this in the other stuff. We don't know what's been going on recently, but YouTube, I don't think it's been pushing videos into people. The algorithm's not been pushing videos into your stuff. So if you're subscribed and you have the notifications on and you're not been getting any videos, it's probably YouTube's fault. So we've been, for example, we've been having a lot of videos not even getting 1,000 views. And sure,
really weird.
Summer has been just weird for everyone. But if you're here and you've already been subscribed to the FJ Endurance channel, please go through your notifications, unclick it and re-click it again. Also, just unsubscribe and resubscribe again. That also might be a good thing. Just remember to resubscribe so that we can keep the stuff.
Unsubscribe.
Yeah, don't unsubscribe and keep it under. But make sure, just like reset it, just so that the algorithm's like, oh, okay, there's new people. Jonah will make a post on this and post this just as a YouTube, not a YouTube video, but as a YouTube post. We'll also mention it at the beginning of some of our other YouTube videos just for the next little bit. Because, yeah, YouTube algorithm's not been our best friend recently, and we'd like to have that change. So if there's one way that you guys can help, just go reset the notifications, go reset the subscription, and we should all be good to go. But that is it for us now. My name is Nicholas Poitras. I'm joined alongside Jonah. It's been an absolute pleasure, and we will see you in the next hour and a half to 2 hours.